I mean, well, they're not valued here.
The numbers state that they're not valued. Black women are the least amount of women to get married. That's a fact.
Oh, got you. Now, whose fault is that? If it's whose fault is that? So if they're not valued,
hold on. But you're saying who fault it is.
Yeah. So again, I got you. We can talk about that. So if they're not getting married here because black men don't want them, so why the fuck should they stick around with a group of men who don't want them?
But let's get the facts though. The facts is not just black men don't want them. Other men don't want them.
We don't actually know that because the smart. We don't actually. How do you know that other races of men don't want them? Because I actually see when a black woman goes to Italy.
Seeing a few women get married to few other white men is like saying
it's not just white men. I'm not only factoring white men. I'm factoring men across the board.
In general, you can't put a basis on it with only a few people getting married.
Gotcha. So again, so when you talk about, do you know what type of men flood these women's DMs? Do you think it's only black men that be in black women's DM? Do you not know? I never
said that.
Okay. So again, so if you're gonna
factor, I said was black women are the least to get. Think about that. And we're not just saying
again. If black women are the least to get married because their own fucking group of men don't want them, then why the fuck should they stay race loyal?
Again, you're missing the point.
I'm not missing the point because I've heard this dumbass talking point 1,000 times. The point that you're trying to frame is that no one. The point that you're trying to frame is that no. The point that you're trying to frame. The point that you're trying to frame is that no one wants the black woman. No, that's not actually true.
That's not what I said either. What I'm saying is
you said that the black woman is least likely to get. You said that the black woman is the least likely to get married. Why are black women least likely to get married?
Exactly my point. It's not because of. How are you not giving accountability where accountability is due? That's
why. Okay, answer the question. Why are black women least likely to get married?
Exactly my point.
What the fuck? You don't even have a valid reason.
I do have a valid.
Then tell me the reason, because I'm asking you a question. Why? I'm asking you a question. If you're going to say that, right?
You gonna let me talk though?
Okay, because I'm trying to. I want you to answer. I asked you a question. It's a question. It's not. That's not where you freaking respond. Exactly my point. You have to answer the question.
Go ahead. I'm answering the question. Are you done talking?
I'm waiting.
Okay. Accountability is an issue with black women. That's the problem. Accountability. Hold on. I let you talk.
Yeah, I really didn't talk.
Hold on. Your entire basis is it's black men's fault that black women aren't getting married. That's a stupid fault.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because who controls marriage? Who controls marriage?
But who controls?
No. We're not gonna do that. Who controls marriage?
That's men. That's all men.
Thank you. Stick right there. Now let's keep going. Hold it, brother. Hold it, because you're gonna ramble. Because we gonna have a conversation. It's not just gonna be one sided. I'm not gonna be one sided. You're not gonna be one sided. We're not gonna let one person ramble for 5 minutes. None of that stuff.
I wasn't trying to ramble. That's the thing.
Gotcha. So when it comes to who is more likely to date out, black men or black women? You're gonna walk right into my point. Who's more likely to date out?
Black men.
Okay, gotcha. So if black men are not valuing their own group of women, and black women are more race loyal, why then wouldn't I tell them to go where they are appreciated if they're not appreciated here?
Okay, now watch this. If they're appreciated in other races, why aren't they all? They have a higher rate of marriage in those races.
They do.
They do not.
Their marriages. What the fuck are you talking about? Whoa. We're not gonna shut up. The black woman with the white man lasts longer than a black man with a black woman. And it also lasts longer than a black man with a white T woman. You can go to Pew Research studies. A black woman with an Asian is a 0% divorce rate. 0. So nigga, when you want to sit here and say some bullshit like that, talking about why aren't they? The only reason black women don't date out is if you actually talk to black women, it's because they don't want no pink D. They're staying loyal to niggas, and that's their downfall. They want a black man, and that's their fault. It's black women's fault. Yes, see, you're talking about accountability. It's black women's fault also that their ass is single because they keep sitting around waiting on a fucking black man. Since y'all say I don't freaking call out black women, it's their fault too. It's not just yours. It's not just black men not marrying them. It's their fault because they want to sit around waiting on a damn black man to come save them. That's the problem. They don't date out. Their DMs be flooded with all types of men. When they go to other places, they are valued and appreciated, even if it's a fetish. And I don't like fetishes, but even if it's just a fetish, right? They never act on it, or they don't act out on it as a majority. But don't get it twisted and act like these other races of men aren't wanting to be with a black woman. It's black women's fault because they're staying loyal to black men, a group of men who won't stay loyal to them. That's the problem. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, my point that I'm making is that we're talking about men in general. You are subject just for black men. I'm talking about if a black woman is so high valued, right? She would be married. Her rate of marriage would be higher. Not just her rate to other races. That is a total different rate. That's a total different rate. You took that and went to a total
I don't think you heard nothing I said.
I did hear what you said.
If black men,
I can't even finish my statement. The whole time you just interrupt me. So every time I'm starting to make valid points, you just interrupt.
You're not making any valid points. That's the problem. You're saying if black women were so valuable, right? They would be married at a higher rate. I'm saying when their own race of men don't value them, how the fuck are they supposed to be married at a higher rate?
Because what you just said was other races want.
I can't. Have a good one. I don't think Buddy could understand. If black men don't marry them, but black women are staying loyal to black women, men, it's a double whammy. It's a double negative. And it's black women's fault because they want to be loyal to black men. They want a black men. But black men don't want them. So their fucking marriage rates would never go high because their own group of men don't fucking want to. Even if they date out, it still wouldn't even out because their own group of men don't want their ass. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how else to explain it. If they're so valuable this and valuable that, they get hollered at by white T-man and other races of men all the time. The problem is the black woman says no. That's what I'm trying to get you niggas to understand. You think that black women aren't desirable to these other races of men. They don't want those other races of men because they stuck on a fucking black man, and that's their damn downfall. That's the black woman's downfall because she wants to be stuck waiting on a nigga when she should go get with someone else. More money, more resources, probably a better chance of living. I don't give a fuck if that makes me a coon. I'm tired. I don't care how you feel about it. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Shit, y'all niggas don't ever get up here and say anything positive, so fuck it. Like, what I'm gonna say something positive about the black man for? Like, why would I do some shit like that? Are they saying anything positive about the women? No, they not. I want to see black women love. I don't want them sitting around waiting on no goddamn black man to come save them when they're not gonna fucking do that. The black man is not going to come and save the black woman. Matter of fact, these niggas get online and say that they're not going to protect their own group of women. So why the fuck would they sit around and wait on a damn black man to come and save them when the fucking black man don't even want them. The black man dates out a whole the black man they're twice more likely to date out than black women. So who's race loyal then? Who's race loyal then? They be up here thinking that I'm just saying some bullshit. All you gotta do is go read Pew Research studies. That's not me. I ain't come up with the stuff. Y'all love to quote statistics. How about this? If black men are so good at marriage, why do you have a 50-50 divorce rate when no matter what group of women you get with? Can't keep a woman to save your fucking life. Literally can't keep a woman to save your life. High value divorce. High value divorce. That shit goes straight to the gutter. Divorce. That shit is not going to divorce. Yeah, we was married for 2 years, then I got divorced. Yeah, we was married for 5, divorce. Yeah, we was married for 6 months, divorce. Divorced. Because you can't keep a woman. Your sack can't keep her. You're broke as a collective. The fuck are we talking about? That's my point. And then you got dudes in the comments talking about masculine women, but you dudes are feminine. Your hands never dirty. You don't know how to build shit. You ain't built no more Wall Streets. Matter of fact, there's still not a black dollar bill. Where the fuck is Black Wall Street at? We ain't tried to rebuild that shit. Where's the war against white supremacy? Nowhere to be found. Where's the Black Army? Nowhere to be found. Where's the real niggas at? They don't exist. They don't exist. Then some of you dudes are sleeping with each other. You're more emotionally connected to your homeboys than you are a woman. Quick to ride for and on your homies, but won't ride for your women. That's all you hear at night. 2 men clapping cheeks. That's it. Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to get like that, but like when niggas be saying some stupid stuff, I get mad. Especially when I gotta repeat myself to some grown ass fucking men. Do this shit every time. Anyway, there was something that he said. He said that I put down the black man to uplift the black woman. How? If I wanted to uplift black women, I wouldn't even be talking to black men. I would just get on here and say something positive about black women every day. The fuck are we talking about? You put down the black man to uplift the black woman. Why you gotta do us like what? I didn't do that. I just call you niggas out. I don't uplift the black women in the same sentence. I could. Nah, you niggas is trying say some crazy stuff like that, and then be like, get the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? Then say something crazy. Man, y'all tap the screen, shut alive. Y'all tap the screen, shut alive. Ray, what you want, man? What you want? What you want? Jazz, I got you in a second. Just give me a second. Let me cook. I got you, co-host. Just give me a second.
Man, I'm glad your whole ass brought me back up. Now let me
start with the cuss words. Start with the cuss word. You gonna apologize to me, little nigga. You gonna apologize in order to stay on this panel because you know the type of cuss words can get us shut down. So you gonna apologize, nigga. Bow down.
Man,
bow down, stutter. Bow down, stutter butter. Bow down. If you want to ask your questions, you're gonna say, I'm sorry, daddy. That's what you're gonna say. Dada. You're gonna say, I'm sorry, daddy. Come on, stutter butter. Stutter butter. Stutter butter. Come on now. Go ahead and apologize. It's okay. Now you ain't gotta you ain't gotta say daddy, man. I'm just playing with you. But you gotta stop with the curse words, man. Get your insults out, but you can't use the curse words or we're gonna get shut down. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
You wasn't gonna get no apology out of me anyway.
That's fine. Now, but just stop with the curse words though.
Since you talk about black men not making no progression, let's talk about every time we have tried to progress, it gets stomped out. Let's talk about why we're not allowed to progress. But you don't want to talk about that. All you want to talk about was black men they did this and black men they did that. Negating the fact that black men are arrested at a higher rate than anything else.
I know.
Let me see. No. Hold on for a second. Let's also talk about the.
I know, brother. Like, you're gonna bring up systemic racism and things that we face, and I literally asked the question: what are black men doing to the white T man? Where's the smoke for the white T man? Because that's the one who is against you. So miss me with the nonsense. And the same quote unquote ones that's upholding the system and putting the system against you, is they're doing the same thing to your group of women. So please don't act like I don't bring that up. Y'all negate that. Y'all negate that all the time.
Yeah. Man, like I said, I'm just sick of Uncle Ruckus ass niggas like you. You can't do nothing but down the black man.
I got you.
Like, man, look, I'm done talking to you because it's a waste of time.
All right, stutter butter. All right, go fix that little speech impediment you got, bro. Have a good one. You know what I'm saying? What's that dude named? Bobby Smith. Jimmy and some hot nigga. Throw the hat up in the air. Jungle Beats, holla at me. Yeah, miss me with that nonsense. Fuck out of here. That boy said Uncle Ruckus. I'm Uncle Ruckus somehow. But you dudes get online and talk bad about black women every day. Nigga, Nat Turner would be ashamed. Nigga, Malcolm X would be ashamed. Man, hold on. Fuck that. Y'all give me a second. Y'all tap that screen, share the live. Y'all tap the screen, share the live real quick. Give me a second. They got me messed up, bro. Like, who, you know what? Since y'all talking about me, who taught you niggas to hate yourself? Because last time I checked, a man can't give birth. Last time I checked, without a black woman, you wouldn't even be here. Y'all do. So I find it funny that y'all dudes get on here and talk bad about black women, but then when I call out the men, you want to identify with the men that I'm calling out. And nigga, if the man is not you, then why you getting mad? But y'all be identifying, man, you put down the black man. Don't nobody need to put down a black man because you put yourselves down, especially in the streets. Man, I'm finna preach. You put yourselves fucking down. You want me to go there? Do you want me? I'll turn into Candace Owens. Fuck it. Y'all want some hard on truth? Don't nobody need to take your ass down. Y'all do that all by your fucking self. You do that all by yourself. The white T man don't need to do it. The white T man don't need to do it. Black women don't need to do it. Y'all do it yourself. You don't give a fuck about shit. You don't give a fuck about progress. You don't give a fuck about starting no black army. You don't care about loving your women. You don't care about your kids. You don't care about family. You don't care about building again. You don't. But you get mad at me for calling it out? Why y'all don't call out them men on TikTok? Why y'all didn't say this shit to Kevin Samuels? Why y'all don't say it to the black gurus of TikTok? Why y'all don't say that to them dudes that make platforms based on tearing the black? Why y'all never come to your black women's defense? That's what I want to know. Why y'all so quick to ride each other instead of riding for your women too? Why y'all don't do that? But when I call it out, I'm wrong. Shannon wrong. He disrespecting a black man. He going against the black man. He don't care about us. He don't love us. He put us down in every goddamn video. All right? I have a dream that one day you niggas will start to love your women again. And instead of picking up a microphone, you will pick up a calculator and a pen and learn how to do math, read and write. And stop treating your black women like shite. I have a dream that you niggas will go to college and do right in the community. I have a dream that you will stop laying down with women and getting them pregnant without marrying them first. I have a dream that you will learn to master your own seed. I have a dream. Oh, what a dream. That you niggas will be real men again. I have a dream. But that dream might get burned to ashes because niggas... Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, dog. My goddamn nerve with that bullshit. Coming here crying and fucking complaining about what I got going on because I'm calling out the problematic dudes. Y'all don't never come to y'all black women's defense. Well, fuck it, daddy's home. Let's get it. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
What's up with it?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. What about yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm enjoying your panel. I like it. I like what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. But I like the devil's advocate.
You don't agree? You don't agree? Why? Okay, what's the disagreement and tell me why?
Because I feel like once you said that and everybody started gifting and all the gifts look like females,
okay,
that kind of turned you up.
The gifts? Was I looking at the screen when the gifts were coming, or was I looking at YouTube?
Hey, I don't know what you were looking at, but I know the gifts started pouring in, you started turning up.
Thank y'all for the gifts. I don't know how that has anything to do with what I'm saying, but appreciate the gifts. But yes, brother, majority of my following is black women.
Right. So you would say that you do try to direct all your
nope
content towards.
Nope. Because if you go look at my content directly calls out men. It does not start women this, women that. Go look at the content. Women engage with content. Men engage with my content too, but my followers are not going to be the ones that I'm trying to call out.
Which are who? Black men?
Problematic black men. Are you a problematic black man?
I wouldn't say I'm a problematic black man. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have to deal with none of this stuff that y'all black men got to deal with nowadays because I'm already married.
What do you mean? What do you mean, y'all? What do you mean, y'all?
Y'all black men that come on the internet talking like y'all are like in a whole different lane compared to other black men.
Okay, so when you saying that, are you saying like I'm confused because, huh? What do you mean, y'all black men? Are you not a black man?
Because how you're talking. I'm a black man. Yeah, of course I'm a black man, but I don't act how y'all black men act.
How do I act, bro?
You act like you ain't got no home training, bro. You on the internet, you talk about the black man this, the black man fault, the black man this, the black man that.
Yeah.
But then you turn around and you don't say nothing about the women that are sitting here having children, multiple children with men that aren't anything. You don't say nothing about that. All you're saying is, oh, you black men.
Was the topic about women? Is the topic about women? If you bring that up, is the fucking topic about women?
If you sit here and you say something like, oh, you black men need to pick it up. You need to pick up the slack. Yeah. And you don't say anything about the black women that need to pick up the slack too. Don't you see how that's kind of controversial?
No, I don't see how that's controversial because I'm starting with the head and not the tail. Men say that they are leaders. Why the fuck would I go to the tail?
I guess so.
Why would I go to the tail? Why would I go to the women and tell them to stop getting pregnant instead of telling a man to control his bodily fluids? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Hold on. Answer the question. It's my bodily fluids. It's mine. I control my D. I control who get pregnant. It's mine. Right. So why is it that you dudes can't hold your damn stuff in your D?
So women ain't got no control over getting pregnant or not?
Why can't you control? It's your body. It's
But
your
you ain't
seed.
got no control over
It's
getting
your
pregnant or not.
seed.
That's all that.
It's your seed in quotation marks, y'all. Potentials of life.
Right.
It's your
Right.
seed. Why you can't control it?
But
Why
you're
you
not
can't put
hearing-
on a?
You're not hearing my
Why
question.
you can't
so
put
women
on a
can't
condom?
control. So women can't control getting pregnant or not.
Why
Yes
can't
or
you
no?
put on a condom?
I can. I can put on a
So
condom.
why wouldn't I go
don't
to
go around sleeping with other women.
why wouldn't I go to the men first and tell them to control their D? It's their bodily fluids. One has to release.
You're right.
Thank you. That's all we need to say.
Go to the men and tell them to control that, but then also do a 360 and go to the women and say the same thing, buddy.
Why y'all always want to start with the? I'm starting with the head. Should we?
Okay,
Okay.
all right,
you want me to concede?
head.
Watch this. Watch y'all. Listen, there are women that can do much better with their womb.
To be honest, the women in this day and age, bro, don't deserve nothing that these men have. What the women do all the time?
What do you mean? What do us men have? I'm sorry. What do us men have?
What do you mean? Well, me personally, I have my own house. I built my own house.
That's cool. That's good.
Me personally.
But
so
does the average black man have their own house?
In my area where I'm from, in Mississippi, the average black man, yes.
Y'all, that's one of the poorest states. Never mind. When
it's from a poor state, but I got 10 acres and I cannot.
You use Mississippi as an example. I'm sorry, but anyway, that's good. And I'm not downplaying. I said average black man. I didn't say in your state, your city. I said as a collective. As a collective, black men don't have shit.
As a collective, we don't know if black men have shit or not. Where you getting your statistics from?
You can literally look that up. Okay, is the average black man broke?
I don't know. I'm not in the average black man's pockets. What are you saying here?
You can literally look up this type of information.
Look it up where? On Wikipedia?
You can look up this information. It'll bring
just like you can look up to see how many people live in the United States.
You can go to Pew Research Studies. There's all kind of sites to study, bro. Is the average watch this? Is the average American living paycheck to paycheck?
Yes. I mean, we all know that because we see it. What are you saying here?
So now here we go. I'm gonna ask you one key question. Is the average person a homeowner?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't have the. I mean, I don't have the statistics.
Have a good one, bro. Have a good one, bro. He didn't understand the correlation that I was doing. That you couldn't figure that out. Nigga don't know shit. He didn't understand where we were going. If you can answer one question, then you should, without even looking it up. If you can answer one question, then you can answer the other one. Because I'm literally going in a straight line. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? The average, and so to answer your question, the average black man does not have a house. The average black person doesn't have a house. You want to throw women in there? Cool. The average black person doesn't own a house. Sorry. Actually, what the fuck am I apologizing for? I'm not sorry. Shit. I'm just stating the truth. What the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, literally, what are we doing? The fucking type of nigga. Y'all tap the screenshot. This is the YouTube. I'm sorry. This is the type of shit that I have to deal with on a daily basis, bro. On a daily basis, talking to these niggas. But I have a dream that one day these niggas will get right. Okay, well, we can go ahead and start bringing up people like, oh my Jesus. Go ahead and start bringing up people. If y'all wanna, why you ducking? I'm not ducking. Like, nigga, there's no point of talking to you because you're slow. You're slow. Fucking my ducking. I just brought you up here. Y'all are slow. You guys are slow. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me change it to 8. What's going on, brother? Go ahead, and then I'm gonna let my co-host speak. I'm bringing you up, KG. Just give me a second. I'm trying to.
Nah, I heard what he was saying. I think he's a clown, but I don't think I have any complaints about black women. I think black women are the prize, honestly.
Well, don't stop right there, nigga. Keep going.
Nah, that's just what I gotta say about it. I mean, I got 5 black sisters. I got a black mother. You know what I'm saying? I think black women are the prize. At the end of the day, they do way more than expected of themselves in their careers and what they do for their kids and all that. So, to me, I don't think I have any complaints about black women, but I think old dude's a clown. He don't know what he's talking about. I think he just wants to be argumentative and go back and forth about something. So that's my take on it. And like you said, he in one of the poorest states, so he wouldn't understand anyway. Anybody can buy 10 acres in Mississippi, even if they live paycheck to paycheck.
It's like $20,000. It's not even.
It's not.
It doesn't even cost
bro.
the car.
That's nothing. So I don't even know why you're entertaining that.
Nigga, I fell on my goddamn chair, man. That nigga said there ain't nothing but a number 10 acres in Mississippi is crazy work. 10 acres.
My nigga, my family
Oh,
owns
shit.
a horse breeding farm in Mississippi. That's what we do. We raise thoroughbreds and Friesians.
That's crazy.
We have 1,000 acres there. That's just for the horse operation. Okay, 1,000 acres. Your 10 acres is what we put a single house on, my dude. You are not like, ooh, I can afford $20,000. Okay, my wedding ring cost 20 grand, and that's just the wedding ring. That's not the actual engagement ring. Like, nigga, what is you talking?
Go ahead, Jazz.
I just want to say this. I'll say, can I talk?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Hold on, Jazz.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead.
This is in reference to the last guy when he said, to be honest, that black women in this day and age don't deserve what we have, when he was referring to black men. And then you ask him, does the average American live check to check? And then he says yes. So what the fuck is the black woman coming after?
Oh,
Like, be for real.
I
What
got
are we
y'all.
coming after?
Hey,
Are we coming after their muscle cars that's on the repo list in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment that they're renting?
we got
These niggas don't have shit. Okay?
we got to remix Gucci song.
No, it's a studio.
Pennies.
It's a studio.
All
It's a
brown
studio.
pennies. All brown pennies. Brown pennies.
They didn't want to call us gold diggers. These motherfuckers don't have shit.
Pennies.
They have nothing to take.
Oh,
The fuck? These niggas is delusional out here, and I'm tired of it. I'm sick of this shit, man.
pennies. Hey, all brown pennies. All brown pennies. Niggas stacking pennies. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all niggas be lying, bro. Y'all niggas be lying. He want to come back up. Fuck it. I'll have some fun with you. I'll have some fun with you. Pause.
Damn, I had to sit down
You
there.
nigga, shut up. Shut up. We'll go to that. Who is Sticks?
Yo, what's going on?
What's up with it?
Well, we don't really got no. Well, I don't have no complaints against black women. I think black men, we need to lead better. To be honest,
How, in what regards? When you say lead, what do you mean?
and financially, spiritually, emotionally, we need to get better.
So, okay. So cool. I have no problem with that answer. But what about leading yourself first?
Oh yeah, that's the first thing. Is first, a lot of men not spiritually, they not right with God, or they don't have no faith in a higher power. For sure, that's one.
Okay. Now what else? What else you got to add to that?
Shoot, in the community wise, black men not leading properly. Like, you got a lot of black men, they talk about the women, but we set the tone. Like, the rap community, that shit trash now. The clubbing community, that shit trash. Strip clubs, I don't go to strip clubs. I'm 26 years old. I ain't never been to a strip club.
Okay.
I have. They're very nice, and all the women are very nice because I brought my own titties. So let's chill on the people who entertain people for fun.
But still, I think black women shouldn't have to do that.
Sticks.
Yo,
Keep going.
I don't think black women should have to do that, because I
Nigga,
think
that is not what I meant by keep going. Nigga, like keep going.
What you mean?
Other points.
All right. Helping out in the community as well, as far as the school system, because I work in the school system as well.
Okay.
That's another one. That it's not a lot of men, and specifically black men, because I live in Atlanta, so I would work in the APS. So the kids need guidance by a lot. It's a lot of things that's just not. How can I say?
Okay.
They're not learning learning. I don't know what they're being taught at home. That's one thing. There's a lot of kids that don't come with respect.
You think their household? You think their household is fucked up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I believe the household is fucked up.
Okay, so with that being said, do you see more women bringing their children to school than men? Just be honest. It's where you're at.
Yes, yes, but at the same time, I don't see a lot of black people at the school systems because at the specific school I was at, we used to have on Thursdays, we used to bring parents used to be able to come and read to the kids. I barely seen any black parents.
So what about the black? So what about the black? So okay, so okay for the sake of conversation. When it comes to the black kids that you do see, since we're talking about black community, as
yes.
Right now, do you mostly see a black woman pulling up with the child?
Yes.
All right. So fathers are not participating.
Boy, what? Don't the women have the kids?
Why? That's what I'm trying to drive. That's what I'm trying to drive. That's what I'm trying to drive. You're not. That wasn't me.
AU, I was going to teach you something about biology. Do women have control when they get their periods?
Bro, no. Let's stay on topic because I don't have time to talk about stuff that don't make no sense.
Nigga, that's part of fertility.
Let's talk about the topic at hand.
No, again.
Let's talk about the topic at hand. Let's stay on topic.
Hold on one second.
Hey man, listen. I'm gonna be stiff. I'm gonna be real stiff. I'm not getting my shit shut down no more. Yeah, so if y'all, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to questions being asked, answer the question. If you don't want to answer the question, put your mic on mute, or just stop interrupting. Now she asked you a question. You either want to answer the motherfucking question or you don't. Which one is gonna be? Hey, you, which one is gonna be? Not you, Stick. You ain't did nothing crazy up there. Okay, I guess I gotta send you an invite. Hey, yo, wait, what is gonna be? You gonna answer the question or you wanna move on?
I'm listening.
Okay, you just listen. All right, bet. So KGR, he don't want to ask. Fuck it.
Okay, so women have no control over when they ovulate. That is a natural reproductive thing that happens when we have our menses. We have no control over our menses, nor do we have any control over our ovulation. It is a biological function. Therefore, since we are the ones who cannot control when we ovulate, it is up to the fertilizer provider, which is men, to control their fertilizer. Okay, you all can control whether or not you nut. Women cannot control when we drop eggs. There is nothing we can do to stop our eggs from dropping. That is biology. I'm also going to teach you something else with biology that I think you're very slow, or I'm not going to say slow because
I guess we don't have birth control.
Birth control does not stop ovulation, dear. And also, black women.
Okay, but we're talking about women being able to have kids or not.
Were you not aware of that, AO? That birth control does not control a woman's ovulation, really? I mean, it gives her.
The question here was, why can't you black men keep your semen?
You know what I'm saying? If you don't shut up while I'm speaking.
Yeah, move around. Fuck
yeah, no, you move around.
All right. Have a good one, nigga. Fuck nigga. Coming in here cussing out women and shit. We not letting no shit go down like a few nights ago. I promise. You're not gonna cuss out no co-host. I ain't letting nobody go at my co-host. You come after me, and that's how we gonna stick by it. You say something, I don't give a fuck who you is. What?
Can I ask a question?
See things we can't flash out like leading better like that. We can't flash out. If a woman says something, just leave it at that. You shouldn't be trying to argue.
No, you ain't gotta leave it at that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Engage in the conversation respectfully. Shit. It don't have to. Shit don't have to get spicy over here. But like again, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know who the fuck I got on my panel. I know some women up here who set it off. Jazz will set it off. KJR set it off, and all y'all gonna see me is do this. I'm gonna walk away.
You are way worse than me, y'all. So
that's what I'm saying. Like shit, but
I'm being nice because it's Monday, and I said I was going to be a good person every other Monday and the third Tuesday of every month.
Yeah.
That is my good person time. Everything else, you're gonna catch these hands.
But to be real, the reason why he was interrupted first was for him to first answer the question. Like, if men are gonna come up here and boldly and loudly make statements about women's bodies, you need to be able to back that up. You need to make sure it makes sense.
you need to make sure that what you're saying is accurate, because I don't see how that's not disrespectful to women. I don't see how that's not infuriating for other people with more common sense and more education to hear. That would frustrate me. Like, how would you as a man feel a woman trying to tell you how your body functions? Like, that's like me telling you, and I'm just throwing something stupid out there that some of y'all might be able to, you know, relate to. That's like me telling you that getting kicked in the nuts doesn't hurt. Like, how would I sound saying that to you? So think about that when y'all come up here and speak on women's bodies.
And also not understanding that birth control for Black women is actually dangerous to our health. Black women are more likely to develop blood clots. They are more likely to develop heart issues. They're also more likely to develop issues with their hormones when they are on hormonal birth control.
Them niggas don't give a fuck about that. Them niggas don't give a fuck about that shit.
And that's why it's stupid when they say, well, women control when they get pregnant. No, okay, again, you can't control when you have to take a dump. You can't control when you have to pee. So how can we control when we drop eggs?
Well, let's keep it rolling. Somebody wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question.
Okay, will you ask your question? Then we gonna let. Here I go fucking up names again. Wanna Boot, we gonna let her speak. After you, go ahead.
No, yeah. So I hear you're talking about two different things. So I see what you will as a question, right? And I initially came here and answered that. But then I heard y'all talking about something else about what he was talking about. I don't understand what the initial question was on that.
Well, hold on. Say that again. I ain't gonna lie. I was letting people up, man. What you say?
No, you good. Your initial question is up on the screen, right? So you know, I went for that when I came in.
Mm-hmm.
Now I heard you and him debating back and forth about women's bodies and all that stuff. Like, what was the question there? Because I joined right when y'all started talking about it. I didn't hear.
He want me to be okay. So listen, I'm not fair, and I keep telling niggas I don't know why they want me to be fair. It ain't shit fair over here. I keep it real. He want me to call out women for getting pregnant.
But why is that? Why is that something that?
Because he's saying, because what he was doing is saying that I only focus on what men need to do and I don't call out women. That's always been men's main goddamn thing about me. That's always been their main thing. You don't call out fucking women. Well, women are not the majority of the problem. I promise you. When women start causing as much harm, when women start causing as much violence, death, and destruction on this earth, like men, I will shut up and I will get on Black women or women in general. I will call them out as a collective. But that's not happening.
Shut your bald ass up. You probably got a
I'm not even bald. I'm not even bald, nigga. I have, like, you can literally see through the hat, nigga. I got a
receding hairline, man. That shit
I got a man butt. So okay. I don't know who that is.
So I have. Do you not see these plants? They're beautiful.
That shit crazy. That nigga came up and said,
and these
probably was a white
plants
boy.
can do something to y'all, men and men.
Fun fact for some men, just in case a lot of y'all don't know, about 400 to 500 women unalive a year from taking birth control. Just to let you know. So for the fact that
how many for giving birth?
Hold on, HR. The fact that birth control is not a nationwide thing for you guys yet. I'm almost certain that when it finally is, it's not going to be something that's going to be life-threatening to you guys. That's the difference between women's healthcare and men's healthcare. We get thrown trash and we're told to take on any and all responsibility, take on all the extreme risks, but you guys take none. And you decide that women should just take birth control like M&Ms and it's all good as if there are no side effects. Taking birth control at this point is the equivalent of being a chain smoker. At this point, if y'all just sit and listen to a birth control side effect commercial, if you just listen to the side effects at the end, almost all of them include and are not necessarily limited to unaliving. Blood clot, all kinds of things that can lead to stroke, that can lead to all kinds of stuff. Women end up gaining weight. Women end up not being able to consume food that they usually consume. Women break out heavily. People, like, they get rashes, they get sore. It is not something that's for everyone. And women do unalive taking it.
Hold on.
So think twice.
Hold on, Jack. Hey, say, bro. Hey, man, I'm trying. I'll mute your mic. Everybody else mute up 1 second. And then I'm coming right to you, I promise.
Yeah, what's the word?
Yeah, like, I'm trying not to mute or block people. I'm trying to be a different, better person. But like, what's the problem? What do you actually want to say? Because you seem like you want a conversation, but you all in the comments.
Thank you.
Now you talking
That's
about.
all I'm saying, bro. Just let me talk, bro.
Everybody mute up.
Damn.
You got all right. Got you. So
Just
this
let me talk,
okay. 1 second. Jazz, mute your mic. Then what we gonna do? I'm gonna put you on a timer.
All right, bet. I'm gonna eat that motherfucker up. Go.
1 second. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now what? While y'all all out here talking about what the black man don't do, y'all need to be looking at yourselves and saying what y'all are not doing for the black man. The fuck? Everybody sitting here, just like this man said, oh, the black man is the head of the household, the head of the horse or whatever. Yeah, but motherfuckers ain't falling in line. Motherfuckers think that they, man, goofy as hell, bro. Get up.
No. Wait, why you mute him? Give him his 2 minutes. Fuck it.
Like, for real.
Give us 2 minutes.
No accountability.
Go, guys, hold on. I got you. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Hold up. Go ahead. I'll extend you for 30 seconds. Go ahead, bro.
Appreciate that, bro. At the end of the day, all y'all females out here, y'all all want to play victim like motherfuckers really did something dirty to y'all, bro. You put yourself in that situation. You had a baby with the bomb. You stop saying, oh, all black men are this, all black men are that. It's you. You sitting there and you got weave in your head, bro. You're not funny. Cause I really get like that. Go take care of your kids. The hell? Cause I'm really not friendly, bro. At the end of the day, y'all all just yapping on here, bro. You just
and it's longer than your
hold on, wait a minute. Give me this 2 minutes.
Okay.
I got more hair on my eyebrows than your baby mama got on her whole fucking head.
Give me 2 minutes.
Talk about that bullshit. You ain't gonna talk about
Hey, yo, all right, hold on. Hey, yo, do me a favor. Hey, hold on, everybody chill. Let me see what you look like. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Hey, yo, turn on your camera, fam.
I need to go cry now.
Turn on your camera. Turn on your camera.
Who?
You.
I don't got enough followers. I ain't got enough followers.
All right, bro. You got it off your chest. We done with that one. You got it off your chest. That shit was a boohoo sauce. So you see what them fake ass black men always cry. When? Woe is me as the black man. I can't get off my ass because I ain't never had a plan. When it comes to statistics, I don't understand because I can't fucking read. I can't comprehend. Amen.
And you got a tan, girl?
Bars, nigga. What we talking about?
Yeah, I'm in my summer color. I am so happy right now because that paleness was
his queen.
Ah,
Yeah, you look good, girl. You look good.
Them niggas.
Thank you. And I'm laughing because, like, as I'm wearing my fun ring, the one that only has 1 carat of diamonds in it. This is the fun ring. I love it when these niggas come up here and talk shit and don't know anything. I love how a dude who failed 8th grade science and 11th grade biology tries to explain how women just get themselves pregnant. Like, I'll never forget.
You put yourself in that situation.
I obviously, like, oh my God, like when I got pregnant with my son, I'll never forget. It was a broken condom and a drunken night. And I had no control over that because I was ovulating. The only thing that was wonderful was that I was not pregnant with twins. They weren't in my family.
Let me see what one of nigga, you ain't investing no community. 10 acres. No,
So I have a question. Have y'all seen the show Love Island?
No, I have not. I seen
Nobody seen Love Island because
I've seen it.
so you see how the black men devalue us on Love Island and they want to go after the women that are exotic, non-black and things like that, and how the black women were the classiest of the season.
The only example I saw was Alondra.
Yeah, so
I don't know about the rest of the show though. I don't know.
It was basically like the black man was like, "Oh, I like her, but if something exotic comes in the building, you know, I might have to explore this and explore that." And like the exotic women were ratchet, they were raunchy, they were having sex with people, they were showing their true colors, like they were controlling, they couldn't control their emotions. They were the prime example of what black men are always saying about black women. And it was like the grass was not greener on the other side, like they always try to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of black men have issues with black women because they're not equipped with the skills they need to have or keep a strong black woman.
So I done heard on the show, are the black men actually having sex with these women on live TV? Because that's what I see.
Yes, they're having sex.
That's
with
another
I
problem.
am not watching that
We
shit.
don't control our lust.
I'm not watching that shit.
We don't control our lust.
But
Black
see,
men don't control the lust.
black females on there, Olandria and
Shelly.
Shelly, they didn't have sex though.
At
They
all.
kept it
Nobody.
classy the whole time, like
I'm
you said.
not watching that. And
But
then
the
to
Puerto
think,
Ricans, the Dominicans, the whites, everybody was getting smashed, and they were like, they were a mess. Emotional messes. They couldn't control themselves. The black women was the classiest thing on there, but men always try to make it like we don't have class, we can't control our emotions, and things like that, and that's not true.
we're not doing that. Mm-mm. I was just gonna watch it too. I literally was gonna watch the whole thing with my wife and then give a YouTube reaction to it, but fuck
I
that.
think
now
what you
that y'all done
should-
told me that they fucking on screen. I don't even watch.
You don't see
the other
it
stuff.
like they covered up, but I think you still
I'm
should
good.
watch it so you can get like an overview and maybe a perspective.
Mm-mm.
It's a waste of. I think it's a waste of time.
Hold on.
No, it really shows how like black
I gotta
men
go
do
on my
us.
eyes.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It
I
shows
gotta go on my
how
eyes.
like Ace chose Shelly at the last minute, a black woman who was classy from the beginning and who chose him, but he wanted to keep his options open and explore exotic women and things like that coming into the house.
I can't do it.
The
I
whole
can't
show
do
was
it.
based off race, real talk. So I mean, they made it about race. So
Mm-mm. Exotic. Women. Fuck them exotic. women.
Because Alondra with the white T dude and they're talking about she's a race trader.
A lot. How she a race
Yeah.
trader when the other nigga didn't want her?
Because she's supposed to wait around until he gets run through by all the white tea
Man.
women and other women,
Hey man.
and she'll be a martyr.
All right.
That's the rule.
Hey, if it's one critique I have towards black women, just one. You sit around waiting on a black man if you want to. That's your fault.
And I learned that after 11 years staying in a faithful relationship,
That's
trying to
okay.
go through the mud to get to the sand with a black man that I never cheated on, and he just left me playing catch up.
Yeah, that's another thing. Black women need to start waiting on some men, especially if he don't got nothing planned for himself or going. Like if he ain't in school, if he don't got no plans for his
It
future.
ain't even about that one thing though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that they sitting around, they won't open up their options because they don't want no pink D. Right? I get what they saying, I understand what they saying, but at the same time, bro, shit, if they really want marriage, shit, you better try something different. That's why niggas get mad. Niggas get mad at me because Shannon, you married to a black woman, bro. You speak about black women this and black women that, but then you telling our group of women to go get with somebody else. I'm not like literally telling them to go. I'm telling them to open up their option. I ain't say what race of man they should go to. I'm just saying open up your options because y'all got on here flexing passports and saying that these other women better. So why I can't get up here and say that I'd rather see the black woman be in love, even if it ain't by a black man? Now y'all don't like that shit. Oh, this nigga here, bro, he's selling out for the shut the fuck up.
Don't ask me how I know, but they're not all pink. I'm just saying. I don't know because I've never been with a white female. I've never dated a white female, but they're not all pink.
I feel like you can be mistreated by it. Any man can mistreat you, but my options are open more to a different race after my experiences with black men. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think black women should be more vocal about this shit. They're not vocal enough. One woman going viral right now. She didn't even say nothing. It's just words on the screen talking about. Somebody said she looked happier, and she was like, I stopped dating black. Niggas mad at my response.
go look at her comments.
Like y'all mad at my response? All I said was, what y'all mad at? Y'all get online and say that these other races are women better, so why she can't speak on her experience? Shit, I'd rather see the black woman look. Niggas mad at me. You always simping. You fucking right, nigga. You fucking right, nigga. I'm always simping, nigga. And I ain't gonna never change.
Y'all when I put on my regular rings.
I just want to know that everyone that complain, these men that
Hey
complain
y'all,
about
hey y'all. This one, just this single one right here. That's the one that costs as much as his 10 acres in Mississippi.
Oh my god, 10 acres is crazy. Like saying
the
that out
men
loud.
that
Why
talk
y'all
about
saying that, man?
the black women that are single, baby mamas and all that, I just want to know if that's an issue for them or complaint. How is it that these women that are single mothers doing better than the black men?
Yep.
I just want them to answer that question because these men are at the bottom of the totem pole. They don't have anything.
But
They
y'all not.
have these single mothers that are doing better than them.
But y'all not. You got knocked up.
Dudes that
What
come
you?
up here talking about baby mamas, they're all roommating.
Hey, this how them niggas be talking. But you not doing better than us. You got knocked up. You a single. You a failure.
They're
What you
more
talking
educated.
about?
And see what's crazy is they think everybody's a single mama. I don't
They do.
kids.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
do.
have
They do.
fucking kids, like at all.
I can get up on this panel and then they'll be like, and I just state my case, and they're like, "Do you have kids? How old are you?" Now you know what they do with the question to try to derail you from your tunnel vision of what you wanted to speak about. Don't try to derail me by asking me irrelevant questions because this don't make no sense. It's and what the problem I really have, right? When you speak to a man and it's like they want to have community, I want to say quote unquote because they're not real about it. So if you say that, they say that for us to grow as BLK men, we need a woman by our side. But there are BLK women who have kids, have 2 kids, also maybe single, no kids, but at the same time, they don't have a man who's holding their hand through life. And they end up with a car, they end up with a house, they end up with a good job. Yeah. Why? And the BLK men are supposed to be stronger than us. So if I could do it without you, why can't you do it without me?
Exactly.
That's what I want to know.
Alpha.
That's what I want to know.
Black women are going back to school. We're more educated. Single mothers going back to school, more educated, have graduated, making more money than the black man. Better jobs.
Where their hustle is just harder.
Because we're not lazy. We have we have a responsibility, which is the children. We have to keep, food in their mouths, roofs over their head, or whatever the case is. We have a responsibility. The black man a single black man just out here free, doing nothing, and still poor.
And you know what? 100% real.
You guys do know that this is Gen Z is the first. Gen Z is the first generation. Gen Z is the first generation of black males.
And they always complain about the
More
system.
likely, where boys are more likely to go to college than prison. So are those single mothers really doing that bad of a job when this is the first generation where that's ever happened? Additionally, did you know that since black women stopped marrying black men, the black poverty rate has dropped by 67%? Additionally,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
The black poverty rate was 47% in 1948. In 1958, the black poverty rate was still right around 42%. Currently, it's under 16%.
Wow.
Wait, can I read that so I can use it?
Oh, you can go on Pew Research. You can also go on Black Poverty. Like, just type in Black Poverty Rate 1955. And you will see. And then current Black Poverty Rate.
1955, you said?
Yeah, just go to 1955. See what our poverty rates were then. When everything was so good.
So Shannon and ladies, why do they feel like we are supposed to hold their hand, right? Feed them, boost up their ego every time they gotta go to work. Every time they gotta do any little thing, we have to be like, Papa, you can do it, Papa. It's not a problem that we do that, but now why do you need that to survive?
I don't know.
Right.
You know what? I would give my honest answer. As a
There's nothing wrong with words of affirmation.
There's nothing wrong with that, but they act like they need that, or else they're going to unalive.
Well, okay. What context? What context are you asking the question in? Can I get the question one more time? Can I get the question one more time?
So I was gonna say, why do you think that women can do it alone, but when women ask what's wrong or why can't you do it in the same sense or form, they say because I don't have a woman by my side. I need a woman to basically Give me affirmations every day so that I can become the ultimate king that I was always meant to be.
I think men I'm just be honest. I think men priorities be wrong. I think that they're brainwashed somehow to where they only feel that the reason they should be successful or have anything going for themselves is for a woman instead of themselves. That's what I think is. I think that's what's going on. That because there's a video that I actually. Okay, KJR, I'm wrong. Okay, well tell me how I'm wrong. This is discussion. Okay,
I agree with it because during my whole 11-year relationship, my guy was content with the lack thereof. I always seen more in him. I always leveled up, achieved more, got a new certification, opened up a business, brought him along, tried to encourage him. But he was okay with working his 9 to 5, same vacation, things like that. He was content with the lack thereof. So it wasn't as if he wanted to be better for me. He just was content and was saying, like, you have to be grateful, and I come from worth, I'm doing better than my mom. Like, it was just a weird situation, and I just believe in him more than
hold on, pause, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. KGR, a friend of mine, had a disagreement. I'm trying to hear it, and then I'll come back up to text. She said no, so I'm trying to get the no.
So it's not about women being like something that they earn, right? Or that they have to have a woman in order to do that. It's that the woman does all of the unpaid labor, which allows them to reach that pinnacle. Without a Black woman specifically there to do all of the unpaid labor, without doing the things like updating their resumes, pushing them to do certain education classes, telling them what to do, they need that woman's direction. They need her labor. And because she is not giving them their labor, they believe that because she is not providing labor, unpaid, that they no longer have to perform because they are entitled to her labor. It's
okay. Can I get a flip side? I agree, but
so look at Bourbon Bougie. She calls it the mom to wife pipeline.
But KJ, hold on. I think the example that I agree with. Well, no, keep your mic on mute. We're talking. I agree with you on everything you said. But the example that I was given, because maybe I misunderstood the question, is that you have dudes making videos now saying, you telling me that I have to become successful, make all this money, do all these things just to have a woman with a 450 credit score and a bad car, and she come with kids. So I was equating men only wanting to be success for women.
It's not for women. Okay, men do things for other men's validation.
Okay, I agree with that too.
Okay, so when you do things for other men's validation, it's not, even if that woman has a 500 credit score and 2 kids, she's providing that labor that allows him to level up because he cannot actually manage his actual life without her. He's not doing it to be like a good man for her. He's doing it to obtain a woman that receives the validation of other men.
And you know what, KG? I don't even really have a problem with that because I'm kind of traditional. But the thing I have a problem with is just say that.
No, see, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm legit traditional.
Just say, you know what? I can't really function without you by my side. Don't sit here and gaslight us and make it seem. You know what I'm saying?
They can function without you. The thing is, it's
they can't function,
woman,
but they cannot succeed. They cannot.
Why you think we can't function without a woman?
No, they're making it seem. When I say
they're making it seem. Okay, I got you.
When I'm talking about living every day, day to day, I'm not speaking about that. What I'm saying is when women are saying, we all can be great. We are great. We are warriors, queens and Black kings, and we're all. And then the men say, well, we can't do that if we don't have our women by our side. This is the conversation where it's like, well, sir, you are a Black king. Again, I'm sorry that you haven't
You're not.
found your wife yet.
I have so much to
I
say about
personally
this.
have not
Stop
found
saying it.
my quote unquote husband yet. But am I going to let that? Am I going to have my house in shambles? Am I going to be sad about it or cry about it or say that all BLK men ain't ish? I'm not going to do that. My experience, I might have had a couple bad experiences, but there are good BLK men out there.
Okay, so we're not talking about that, sweetheart. What I'm going to tell you is this, okay?
What are we not talking about? Because I'm the one who asked the question.
No,
I was just asking
What I'm
why do they
saying-
need us and we don't need them. That's all.
Because here's the thing, it's the expectation and the entitlement to labor. It's not that they're not capable of obtaining success or being self-motivated. They don't want to. They don't want to have to come home and wash their dirty drawers. They don't want to have to clean their own home. They don't want to have to cook their own meals. They don't want to have to make their doctor's appointments. They don't want to do it. They feel entitled to Black women's labor. That's why they get angry
Yes, I
when
understand.
single Black women are living their lives and providing for themselves. One of my friends, she's single, right? She's divorced, right? She has a cleaning lady. She's always had a cleaning lady. Even when she was married, she had a cleaning lady. Her husband paid for it. She always had a cleaning lady. And she said that the thing that men have gotten upset with her about is the fact that she has an effing cleaning lady.
Right.
The fact she can afford one.
Drudgery.
Uh-huh.
Now, I grew up in a home where, again, my mother doesn't do domestic stuff. That's not her ministry.
Mhm.
So my mother, either it was my grandmother's, either my mother's mom or my father's mom or my mother's brother would come and clean our house every single week, or my father would hire people. Hearing someone who grew up like that, they're like, oh, so you just don't think you need to clean your house? I will clean my house, but if I can outsource it so I have more time, why the shit would I do something I can pay someone else to do?
You too, man.
They
I'm with
get
y'all, man.
angry because
I'm
I'm
with y'all, man.
supposed
I'm
to
definitely.
drudge. When
Definitely gonna be
dudes
doing
see
more
my
live shows
ring
now, man.
and they
I got
see
y'all.
how much my husband has spent
'Cause I
on
miss y'all
me,
niggas, man.
they get angry
More-
and then
more
they
content
automatically
dropping on the
say,
daily.
oh, he has to be cheating on you because no man's
Man.
going to give you that unless he's going to.
Live
Why?
shows.
They expect
Love
Black
y'all.
women
Appreciate the support. all
Yeah.
right.
to
We finna get it back up
drudge,
though.
mule, and we have to earn care.
And what Shannon said earlier about the divorce rates is kind of, I do want to touch on that a little bit. I have dated outside my race. That's not my preference, but I've done it. When you date in that spectrum, you can complain about a tiny little thing, which is what you're talking about, like the house is this and that, and I have the kids, and they just jump on it and fix the issue. You want a cleaning lady? I used to clean the kitchen for a Jewish family. That was my job, to just clean up after them. And when I saw how that lady,
Pause. I dropped you. I dropped you to save us. I dropped you to save us. Don't worry. I'm about to bring you back up. Don't worry. Just don't say those people anymore. We get targeted. Yes, we can't say that on here. I know.
You can say Ashkenazi. You can say Hasidic. Those are different things.
I know you didn't know. I just dropped you.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. We can't mention. We can't
Okay,
mention. those
sorry.
people.
What I'm saying, let me just finish it up. Then my plane. In other cultures, you can speak your grievances to your partner, and if they can, and they will just say, listen, this is hard for you, I got you. And you can kind of just maybe relax a little bit, but I don't see that a lot in the BLK culture. I think the more work you do,
Hold on, brother. Hold up. Let him finish that sentence.
the more work you do, the more validation you have in the BLK
And
culture.
that's
Well, hold on, KG.
I'm
gonna let you get in there. I promise, brothers. What have you? Hold on. Matter of fact, Tech. What are you trying to say? Because you've been trying to.
There's a
jump in
lot. There's a lot to uncover about what's been said so far, bro. So for me,
y'all tap the screen, share the live, support the live. Hold on, give me 10 seconds. Tap the screen, share the live, support the live. Go, hey YouTube, hope y'all enjoying the show. That Cash App up there on TikTok is not mine. That's for the co-host, Jazz Jazzing It Up, aka Jazz. She goes out and feeds the homeless. So if you guys would like to donate to that Cash App, it's not mine, it's hers. You can do that so she can go out and feed the homeless, because in Florida they made it kind of to where it's illegal, hard for her to do those things. Anyway,
Tech. Oh, hold on, Jazz. I just wanted to tell you, hey, Jazz, DM me because I will nice nasty Wegmans, Giants, and Harris Teeter into giving you food. Okay, I nice nasty them to do that for our food banks here. So I will nice nasty them. It's awesome. I'm very nice nasty.
Thank you.
Are you serious that you can't feed the homeless?
So they made it kind of be legal to do so over there in Florida.
The law was passed by Ron DeSantis that you cannot publicly feed the homeless. It is against the law. It's like they'll fine you or jail you. They are arresting the homeless for sleeping out in the open. If they keep feeding the homeless food or money, a cop could potentially, if he's a big enough jerk, he could lawfully pull you over or stop you and arrest you or fine you. So yes, that is what's currently happening in Florida.
Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Okay.
I'm doing it.
All right, y'all tap the screen, share the live, get the likes up. I'll turn the comments back on in a second. Let's get up to 100K. Tech, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So her initial thing that she talked about.
Hold on, Tech, pause. Lord have mercy. Coco, I promise after these brothers speak, I will let you speak because you haven't said a damn thing. Tech, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So her initial thing was she was asking about why black men seem to need black women, but why black women doesn't seem to need them because they can level up without us. I think that's a mindset and a complacency problem. So black men get complacent where they at, and so they think that, oh, I need somebody to push me to the next level. I think that us as black men need to lean on each other to help each other get somewhere. And like you said, lean on ourselves. We need to know that we're achieving a goal for ourselves at the end of the day. Me, myself, I came from a period of homelessness in my life. I now work in IT and I own my own business and I push that. You know what I'm saying? And I did that all by myself. Amen. No black woman was on my own. You know what I'm saying? Amen. But I had to better myself to show that I can be better for somebody else. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's not that somebody thinks they need you. I think it's a complacency thing. And that was falsely taught to them too by somebody else. So they seen that it was wrong, but they lived their life through it, and that's what became their reality. That's bad. And so that's what I had to say about that. And then I forgot what she just said, but I was like, the marriage thing. I think marriage is in itself a contract between two people, and understanding that it's always for better or for worse. I think that's the best value you can ever take, right? The things that happen in your marriage, for me, I think for better or for worse, means anything you go through, one has to lean on the other. And you're going to have days that are 60%, 40%, but somebody got to pick up the slack on the 40%, right? And that's vice versa. Like she said, she's seen other communities be able to go to their wife or wife be able to go to the husband and say, oh, I can't do this. And the husband go, I got you. I think we need to do that more as black men. Like, oh, my wife can't do it. I'm going to go take care of that. I'm gonna make sure she gets some backup. I'm going to make sure she can go out in the world and do what she got to do, and somebody's taking care of the house. I think that's definitely needed in our community. So I agree on that point. But that's it really for me.
Okay. Well, I don't think nobody disagrees. I think the point that black women were trying to push is that they keep having to be the backbone, and not just the backbone, but then they keep having to lead. They're taking on majority of the household labor. They're taking on majority of the time with the kids, and they're tired. So I don't think nobody disagrees with that point. So other than that, man, good points. Stick.
Another thing I think that a lot of black men don't.
Hold on. Sticks. What?
I just wanted to interject really quick. Somebody asked in the comments why this law became a law. Just briefly, because Republicans, number one. Number two, they want to pretend that there's not a major homeless crisis in Florida. For why? For tourists. Because that's not pretty. Seeing people lay out in the street with no place to go, that makes us look really shitty. So instead of creating homes and spaces for them to thrive and get on their feet, we're going to arrest them and treat them like utter garbage. That's why. Do your research, guys. And it's a little bit easier to reach the link in my bio that's in the link tree so that you don't have to type that mess in or whatever. Any little bit helps. Thank you so much for everybody who has donated thus far. It's been really great. I've gone out with my kids. Got stuff during the summer. It's the summertime right now. Gotten cold lunches to pack, fresh fruit, sandwiches, drinks, sanitizer, all kinds of stuff for them. There's a local DV shelter here that I have one stayed at that I will drop off when I can, depending on the amount of donations. Diapers for the infants, formula, feminine products, fruit, just quick meals that they can make through the week. Because these women are, trying to start from scratch. Some of these women literally left with absolutely nothing to come to where they were for protection. So they can take anything they can get. DV shelters are one of the least funded programs in the state of Florida, and in most states, actually. So when they run out of things for the week, that's it. Those women are ass out until somebody donates or until the shelter is able to replenish. So imagine you run out of sanitation wipes. Sanitation pads, because that's all that they can afford for the moment. That's all that somebody's giving to them. Or your children don't get access to fresh fruit because all you have access to is microwavable things. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that. If you can, even if you don't feel comfortable sending anything to me, I am a stranger. I completely understand. Please call and see where your local DV shelters are. They don't really give that information out loud, but you can call your local police station. Ask them if there's anything you can do to drop anything off to them or the fire station that can then be taken to local DV shelters if you guys want help. So thank you.
Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Okay, Sticks, go ahead.
I was about to say, I think a lot of young black men don't come from or have a healthy father figure or an adult male figure that showed them hard work. Or a lot of these men, I don't think they play sports and understand what hard work is.
Mm-hmm. You know, so they were mentored?
They weren't mentored right. They didn't see a strong black man doing what he needs to provide. So that's another thing. So I do agree with KGR.
Why they don't take it? Oh, well, never mind.
And also, just to add
actually, no. One second. I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. Why don't they pick it up from their mama?
See, and that's the thing, because they seen their mother do it all the time instead of having a father figure there.
Why is it a problem? That's what I'm saying.
That was literally what I was just about to say.
You said, why is that?
Why is it a problem? Well, again.
It's not a problem, Shannon, but because they'll say like women are mothers. That's my mother did this. My mother did that. My mother did that.
1 second.
It's it's not fair still.
1 second. I don't know the mindset of a child, right? And I do think that there is some truth to a boy trying to learn from a boy or learn from a man. I do think there's a pull from that. I'm not going to negate that. But also, maybe we need to start doing better teaching to where, hey, if you see a woman in leadership, you can still learn from her because she's a woman and not be so patriarchal and misogynistic. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to tell a child not to be misogynistic, but maybe we should start trying to instill those type of teachings into our children to tell them, hey, just because she's a woman doesn't mean you can't learn from her too. If you see your mama washing dishes, nigga, you can learn how to wash dishes. You see your mama cooking, you can learn how to cook. You see your mama doing all these things, you can do the exact same thing. Because being an adult or being a leader is not gender specific.
Can I say something?
Specific. Well, let them finish talking. Go ahead, Steve.
No, Coco can go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Coco.
The whole time.
Okay, so I think it's multiple factors. Like, I feel like it just really depends on the person. Like, I don't have any kids or anything, but like, it's what the woman is like. If it's a single mom, it's what the woman is instilling in that son. And I could just go by experience because, like, I've had it. I dealt with an ex, and he at the time he was living with his mother, and I was, of course, in college doing what I had to do. But she was so like, and it was multiple like different people I've seen. Like, she was just like, when he goes to college, it's when he's ready. When he does this, it's when he's ready. It's never like her trying to push him or instill to him that he should, have a better drive and have a better future for himself. Also, like I said, I could just go off experiences. Like, as far as my grandmother, like, my mother, she had a big family. And of course, she had daughters and sons. Now, all the daughters, they came out really good careers, went to college, everything. And then the sons, they ended up getting into drugs, getting into alcohol. So I really think it just depends on like what the parent is instilling into that child. Because like the only way things are gonna be able to change is if you actually, like you said, teach at an early age. And to me, I see like as far as like growing up, a lot of people are like, as far as Black men, some Black men have been coddled. And like I said, even with the single households, like a woman can't raise a man. Like the father figure, it takes two people to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say. Like it's multiple factors to it. Like it just depends on the person.
I'm going to counter that. First off, it does not take a man to raise a man. Okay. And I'm going to point this out as well. Oftentimes, these men are passing down misogyny, misogynoir, sexism, and harmful information to these young boys. So sometimes it's better to not have them nearby because those are the same niggas. If you look at like the rapper The Game, he's a third generation Pyru. Third generation. His granddaddy was a Pyru. He was one of the founding members. So they raised a man to end up in prison. They raised a man to be harmful to women in their lives. They raised men who were harmful to other men and to children. So do you really need that? Again, Gen Z is the first generation of Black boys ever to be more likely to go to college than to prison.
Amen.
So do you really need a nigga in that house if that is what single moms are doing? And again, Black people have done better since we stopped getting married. Black children have had better health outcomes, better financial outcomes, better futures since we stopped marrying these niggas. So I'm gonna need y'all to stop pushing that bullshit patriarchal standard that, oh, it takes a man to raise a man. No, it doesn't. Because oftentimes these men are harmful and they teach our boys harmful beliefs.
There's a difference between good men and bad men, I believe.
Yes, they are. Just like good women and bad women.
And I think spiritually, they're not being led right. Because in the first thing, in the first book of the Bible, it says,
okay, so I don't believe in your magic sky daddy Jesus, but I'm going to point something out that happened in the Bible because, again, my undergrad is in philosophy of religion and law. Okay, so I studied religion. I studied world religions. I studied all of these. I've read 4 different versions of the Bible. I've read the Ethiopian Bible. Have you?
No,
I've read the Torah. I've read the Talmud. I have read all of these things. Okay, so I'm going to give you some real slick shit so that you understand. The Bible was created to keep men from harming people. If you are truly the leader, you don't need a sky daddy to tell you to lead. But if you aren't a leader, you do need a sky daddy to tell you to lead. If you are actually a natural leader, a natural protector, no one has to tell you to do that. Now, as a mother, as an atheist, as a hoodoo practitioner, as a woman who is a root worker, who is a 10th generation root worker, my dude, ain't nobody never had to tell me that I need to go help somebody. Ain't nobody never had to tell me to ensure my community has food. Ain't nobody never had to tell me that I need to ensure that mothers and children are fed and cared for. Ain't nobody never had to tell me that. That is in my blood, nigga. That ain't in no written shit because we don't write stuff down when you are a root worker, my dude.
So let's lay it down. Let's lay it down since we on it. I don't think the Bible was trying to tell men to do lead at all. I think the Bible was written to tell men how far that they fallen, or mankind how far that they fallen, and that's why they needed a savior because they couldn't even save themselves. But I don't think it was trying to the whole Old Testament.
You tell women that they are to submit to men, that women are lesser, that we came from your goddamn rib. Excuse my language. I apologize.
I think it's telling a story, but I don't think that's what the
men
overall.
Take that again.
Yeah,
Shannon,
I get how they taking it out, but I don't think the overall story of the Bible is telling men to lead and do this. I think the overall
but they
story,
do.
but it was, yeah, I'm saying, so we got people taking verses and misusing them.
Yeah,
but I don't think
agree with that
the
because
overall story.
Honestly, in the Bible,
Hold on, wait, pause.
Speaking, you guys have to stop speaking.
I'm just, I don't think the overall story was trying to tell men to lead and women do this. I think the overall story was pointing to one person who died for them all, because even in Genesis, it references a fall of mankind, and then Revelation talk about what he's going to do when he come back. But I don't think it's about men leading or women submitting. Now, verses, cool. People taking about instructions and taking them and misinterpreting them, because again, we can have that argument. I mean, we can have that conversation where they're taking certain verses and using them against women, but then again, you even see me get mad at those men because they don't address the thousands of verses that call out men. And matter of fact, if we was to go scripture by scripture, there's more verses going against men than women.
But there's a reason for that. Again, if men were natural leaders, would you need to put things like dictations on how they're supposed to behave? If you had, and I'm saying this again, I've studied world religions. The oldest written religion is Hinduism. Okay, so I've read the Bhagavad Gita. I've read all of these things. Okay, so when you're going back, if something is natural, which means inherent, something that is in your DNA, right? You don't need to tell people that you are supposed to love your wife. You don't need to tell men that, oh, a woman came from your rib, which is honestly a Syrian folktale, which we'll get on to that later. Because just going by science, all embryos start off female. At no point in time have men ever created life. And this is scientifically supported. I will never say proven, because scientists do not believe in proof. Like, that proves that this happens. It's not A, then B. This is statistically what is most likely to have happened. Women reproduced through parthenogenesis, which means we just basically duplicated ourselves. And men had nothing to do with it. You guys are a genetic anomaly.
Where do y'all get that from? Like the not the genetic. Not the genetic. No, I'm not talking about that. When I read or when I look up,
and God caused Adam to fall into a deep slumber, and then he took
not that. I'm talking about the all embryos begin as female, because when I looked that up, it says unidentified. But where is that? Where can I read?
Because once the embryo starts going into fetus, you go to 4 months. Okay, they say that their vag part, like the part of the reproductive, it still appears as a vagina. It is not until that hormone hits, when the womb heats up or it doesn't or whatever, that it turns, and then your penis grows out of your clitoris. And those are the scientific terms, okay? Because a clitoris is just a penis that is inverted, while a penis is just a clitoris out. Okay? That is how that works. That is science. You can go Google. Is the clitoris
a lot of that stuff I can't agree with.
You don't have to agree with it. Are you a biologist?
It's fine. But what were you actually going to say, Sticks?
Like I was going to say, in the beginning of Genesis, it says Adam was working. Hold on, I don't even forgot where we were, because she just said a whole bunch of stuff.
Nigga, don't even try it. Don't even try it no more. What is the point? What is the point that you're trying to get across?
But I know she was saying, someone was saying about men leading or whatnot, or
the fact that when it comes to men, a lot of them are a danger to children, and do we really need these men around children? Because she used an example of the game. So what are you trying to say?
A lot of these men are not spiritually right with, Because if you read the Bible in Genesis, before Adam was given, a woman was given to Adam, he was working in the field. So he was already on his purpose, finding what he had to do before he was awarded, or God said, hey, this is your helpmate. And I think a lot of men are not trying to find a purpose first before they go out and look for one.
Nigga, did you read the Bible? Because that's not actually true. God already gave Adam dominion over both the land, the animals. That is why Adam named all of the animals. So he didn't need a purpose because God told him.
No, okay.
It was not, but he was incomplete. The thing is, if you even read the Bible, my dude, I'm going to point this out to you. She was a complete human being when she was created, if you're going to go by your sky daddy.
Okay.
She was complete. Adam was incomplete. She was a whole effing human being. She didn't need him, but he needed her. And that is the point. Eve never needed Adam, but Adam needed Eve. That is the point. Y'all were incomplete MFers. She was a complete human being who did not need him. Nigga,
we're not doing.
Everybody mute.
We're not doing that. So, brother, listen. Let's explain it. Let's explain it. Let's get to the.
I'm gonna drop down, Shannon. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Because I don't know how we got to this point, but let's dissect that, because we wanted to do a Bible study. I'll put up a Bible study, and I'll just bring up the people who actually know it. However, so he was already given instruction. On that part, she's right. Now, when God brought all the animals to Adam, no suitable helpmate was found for Adam, right?
At all.
So that's what it literally says. No suitable fucking helpmate was found for Adam. He had a look on his face. If you literally go back to that book, that chapter, it's going to say no suitable helpmate or suitable partner was found for Adam. So God put him in a deep sleep, took out a rib, made Eve. And that is when he woke up, saw Eve, and said, this is flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone, she shall be called woman. It's the first guy. This is literally common sense, okay? You can read that. All right. So with that being said, now that we have context here, what are you trying to say? Sticks.
I was saying, like, when she was bringing up the game, I was saying, basically,
they're not spiritually led. They're not spiritually led. Now what?
Is because I'm listening to her, and it's just a lot of things I just can't agree with. And
okay, so now what do you don't agree with? Right? Well, what is it? The embryo part? What are we not agreeing with, so we can get a move on? I mean, it's okay. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, what do you not agree with? You don't think?
No, continue.
No. What is it that you don't agree with?
A lot of things are about her opinion on the Bible, but
okay, we're not having a theological conversation.
Agree on this. No one's gonna agree. Hold on, Coco. I'm speaking. We're not gonna agree on this. People have their own beliefs.
Yeah, so that's why it's like
people are not gonna see eye to eye about it. Ain't nothing we're gonna be able to agree on tonight. This is way off topic. Way off topic. So yeah.
When you bring the Bible, if I structure my panel for a Bible study live, I'll do that. But like when you bring in the Bible and the claim, which I don't mind as a Christian, I really don't mind. But when you bring that in, you got to be ready for that smoke that come with it, because don't everybody agree. So if you're not ready for that type of action, Jackson, and if you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to be a bad day when you're trying to evangelize, or when you're, going into apologetics and actually having a conversation. When you take it there, you got to be ready for the smoke.
May I say something real quick?
Yes.
I just wanted to say, I definitely didn't want it to turn into religion at this point, but the only thing I wanted to say was, when you look at the bigger picture of the Bible, all the men who were prophets, they personally did not care, especially Noah. They did not care about if their wife left them.
they were leaders in a point to when they felt that they heard a call from God that it's either my wife stand with me or she don't. But he knew they were going to lead in some way, shape, or form. And this is only for people who follow the Bible. I'm not talking about atheists or anything else like that. But it's, again, yes, you have a rib from Eve, but at the same time, you have that rib for you to make the most pivotal decisions in life that will affect your family, other families, and the world. And I believe that's what the Bible is saying whenever he calls to these prophets, that's the point. If your lady's gonna leave you, she's gonna leave you. But you're the leader. And right now, it's not leading, it's I need a female to lead so I can no one ever, if you look at the story, it was like he literally was called. If his family left him, he was still gonna do what he was gonna do. At the end of the day, that's not land. That's all I can say.
All right. I don't know who was next.
I don't know. Y'all don't let it's all this stuff went to the left, but I hope y'all have a good night.
You too.
I was just going to point out that in the end of the day, men are not good at leadership.
I'm sorry. Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all announce that you're leaving? Y'all, if you need to leave, you can put it in the chat, right? Put it in the chat and then just leave. Y'all need to announce your departure. You sat up here all that time for what? Like, please, when people are moving on the conversation, put it in the chat and then just go. We're not sending party gifts, so I don't know what the point is, but continue, KDR.
So here's the whole point. Men are shitty at leadership. We have seen that throughout history. Y'all are terrible at it. Y'all wage war, you guys grape, you harm children, you cause famine, you cause despair, you guys cause G-sides. That is what men have done with their leadership role. You have legitimately harmed the entire planet to the point animals don't F with us like that no more. So I need to know why you think that your leadership should be adhered to when you have proven not to be trustworthy stewards of said leadership. If you guys were truly leaders and you want to follow said Bible, why not take the role of John the Baptist? John the Baptist was a complete ascetic, which means he did not partake of any fruits of the flesh, nor did he eat flesh. He only unalived animals to feed his parents. He lived in a completely ascetic life. It was amazing. And he did nothing but give care and alms to the poor. So when I hear you all talking about leadership, because in my book, that is actual leadership, where you take nothing but give everything. That is what a leader does. They are to ensure the safety and health and care of those under their stewardship. That is how that works. So when I hear y'all talking about leadership, but you need a woman at your side, John the Baptist did that shit by himself. Why y'all can't stand on 10 toes and do that shit by yourselves? Why do you need a woman to meet all of your physical needs, all of your emotional needs? Why do y'all need us if you're such good effing leaders? That's what I thought, because you don't have an answer to that. You all don't know how to lead because you are terrible at it and you harm everybody that you come in contact with. I'm Rand.
Somebody said she's an atheist. Why she's speaking on John the Baptist? Like I don't think y'all know what atheism is.
That doesn't mean that she doesn't read the Bible or don't know. She just means she doesn't believe in it.
People be saying anything, yo.
But let me see. Let me see what
with atheists either. It was just brought up in the conversation where I was just saying, like, if you do follow the Bible, at the end of the day, prophets, you have Eve, but at the end of the day, if Eve don't want to stay there, they'll be like, I got this calling from God. And what normally happens is the woman kind of just falls into place where she's like, you know what, this man I think really knows what he's talking about. And you know what? I need to be there
I need to be around, and I need to be there and support him.
Let's see what Pablo
I
got
think
to
he's
say.
far away.
Pablo, what's up, man? What's going down?
Hey, blessings to the highest above. Just wanted to make sure that nothing that we were saying here was falseful against the Christian religion, as somebody who I don't want to was getting dangerously near to. But if we would need any clarification or anything like that, just want to make sure that everything we say about the Bible is 100. Again, why you always interrupt, KJ? I mean, goodness gracious, girl, just stay on mute. For fuck's sake, it's not your turn to talk. You've had enough time to talk. Just put yourself on mute.
Hold on, wait, time out. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a second, brother. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like what
I just don't understand why somebody wants to hold a position on a panel, have all of their time to sit here and talk for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, whenever somebody else with a difference in opinion wants to hop up here, we want to start and interrupt and have all sorts of intelligent conversations, right?
What did you want to clarify?
No, I wanted to let her talk. She was going on a whole ramble on John the Baptist. Kind of was interested to hear where she was going with, because she was talking about how John the Baptist led a life of poverty and how all Christians should. So I'm pretty interested on hearing how all of us Christians should live a life of poverty. If she'd like to go ahead and continue on that,
a life of poverty.
Take the time.
A life of poverty?
No, let her talk.
Wait, hold on, wait. How did you get to that correlation? I'm sorry. Because she never used it.
What are you talking about? She quite literally just went on a whole spiel on how John lived this whole life on how he didn't need money, didn't need any of this, didn't need a woman, didn't need anything like that. If we'd like to go into why he lived that life, I mean, it's a pretty simple answer. If anybody who has a full understanding of the Christian religion would understand,
yeah, because he was called to, just like him and Jesus had a bumping in the wombs. Like we got that on that coat. Like we understand, but like you're saying a life of poverty. I like how did her talking points lead to it? Are you saying because he took nothing but gave everything?
No, she quite literally was using him as an example, saying that he didn't use any wealth. She multiple times brought up how he would go away from wealth and how we should live a life like that, correct? How we should live a life of giving back and doing all sorts of other stuff, not taking all of my wealth that I have and giving it to somebody else is how they should, right?
I mean, that was one of our commandments.
That was a commandment.
That was a commandment from Jesus. But
what commandment was it?
You'd have to apply that.
That wasn't a commandment.
Did Jesus say, take all your belongings, sell them, and follow me? And who did he say that to? He said that to to prove a point. And he said that to a rich man, right? But he did say that, right?
Do you know who in the Christian religion has to swear a vow of poverty?
Who?
Easy. Priests. Anybody who holds a position of power within the Catholic or Orthodox Church.
Mm-hmm. Now, what point are we driving?
I'm sorry. I'm just seeing all these. I'm seeing Yolande's aides saying I need hearing aids, and I don't understand why I need hearing aids.
Now, what point? Now, what point were we actually trying to drive, though?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, well, so if KJR, can you restate what you said so we can get a move on?
Okay, so asceticism. Okay, there is no vow of poverty in asceticism. Asceticism is just a life in which you don't operate in acquiring goods. It is not having and ensuring that you provide for everybody within your community. Mm-hmm. Now, when we're talking about a vow of poverty, again, if you're talking about Catholicism, that is only the Jesuit order within Catholicism who actually take a vow of poverty, a legitimate vow of poverty, in which they don't acquire anything. The last pope was a Jesuit, which is why he had such an issue with things like driving around in a Mercedes, having all these things given to him, because he took a vow of poverty. Within Eastern Orthodoxy, no priest actually takes a vow of poverty. What they do take a vow of is ensuring that they provide for their communities before they provide for themselves. And that is what you don't seem to understand.
I like how you consistently drive a point where you sit here and you like to talk real nice and slow and have confidence in how you speak and act like I don't understand something about my own religion. And that's the part that you don't understand, KJ.
Oh,
I understand my religion quite well.
It's KJ. So obviously you can't read.
I don't care what you're saying. I genuinely don't care anything about you because all you do is
Wait. She got a chance to say hers. I'm gonna let Jazz. We cannot hear you.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. She's speaking this way because you're not the only person hearing her, everybody else is too. So she needs to make sure that she's speaking in a pace that everyone can hear and everybody's understanding. It's not just you. So don't take it personally. That's how she speaks when she's explaining something. You might feel a little emasculated by that. That's a personal issue. Just saying.
Yep. Once again, you go with the personal attacks because you guys are on this male.
Personal attack. I just made a statement.
Pablo, ain't nobody trying to
At the
personally.
end of the
Ain't
day, if I
nobody
hated
trying to.
men, I'd be the same way too. If I hated men, I'd be the same way too. You know what I mean?
But
that's the whole agenda that we pushed from the get-go. Is you want to sit
Wait,
here and
so
say
nigga-
that Adam.
Wait, do I hate? Hold on, wait. Do I hate men? Pablo, do I hate
At the end
men?
of the day, if you guys want to continue to push your point and not ever listen to
I'm
anybody, then
trying to listen, brother. I'm trying to listen.
It is clear that your entire population doesn't.
Speaking, you can hush.
Whoa. Hold up. Whose entire population?
Yours.
What do you mean by that?
The American population.
Where are you from?
Continuously be loud and proud and right.
But where are you
They
from,
don't
Pablo?
understand anything
I'm
like
sorry.
that. Where am I?
Brother, where are you from?
I'm from Munich, Germany.
Okay.
You were the people used to put my family in ovens. Fuck you.
But people like that, whatever. Let's move on. It's clear that this kind of derailed things. Y'all tap that screen. We're at 100,000. Thank you so much. Let's get to 150. Let's tappy so we can keep it happy.
Right. I thought he was
in Germany.
I wanted to definitely hear his point, but then he keeps going like back and forth. Then say population. It kind of feels you definitely meant BLM.
Hold on. In his comments, he just said, "For you, I'd do it again." Talking about the ovens. Fuck you, you anti-Semitic piece of shit. You and all your ilk are the reason that this world is in the shitstorm it is. Y'all needed to learn how to wash your asses and spread diseases all over the world. You and your trifling, disgusting ass people.
First of all, Carolyn, we was trying to hear the point, but he was going off. Carolyn, I kind of wanted to hear what he wanted to say, but what was going on here? I don't know. I was just reading the comments.
We're good off, buddy. He's not even from here. I don't know why
That's crazy. That right there. That boy said your entire population, and I was over here trying to let him talk. I was about to let him get his point in, but he said your population. I took that as something else. I thought he was saying something else.
And Carolyn, I can interrupt whoever I want to. Let's just start there.
The American population.
And he should be taking it personally. The way she was speaking, she was making sure. Speaking about something like this, not everybody is aware of it. So the pace that she was speaking, I felt was very appropriate. It wasn't demeaning towards him because he wasn't smart enough to keep up.
The American population.
Speaking about a topic that not many people understand. So yes, you're going to speak in a pace where everybody can
crazy word.
hear what's going on.
Hey, y'all, Jazz, you hold it down. I gotta go do something. I'll be right back. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Try to keep it cute, but shit, if we'll see what happens. You can invite some more people up.
I'm kind of so.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. You guys tap the screen. I'm gonna let a few more people up. You guys make sure that we keep it cute because we are trying to keep the live up. You guys tapping the screen is gonna help that. Yeah, that's wonderful, Carolyn. If you want to see his point, you can go DM him and talk to him yourself. I mean, no one's stopping y'all from doing that. Go ahead, Christine.
Yeah, this is super quick. I thought that he came with a valid point. I kind of wanted to hear his point, but he didn't get to it. And then the rhetoric, it's like when you said the population, maybe a lot of us could be triggered, but when Shannon asked and he said the American population, I guess it still didn't feed my heart because it felt like he said he was just speaking about us. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the point where, you know, maybe I need therapy because it might. What is he talking about? Is he talking about BLK people?
I don't. To be real with you, I don't.
Of the population part.
I don't give a damn. Yeah, we ain't worried about him. So yeah, if anybody has any feedback on the actual topic, Pablo, you are not coming up here. It's already established. You're gone though. Thank you. Yeah, Tech, do you have anything to say about the topic?
I mean, I think I said pretty much what I think about it. Like I said, Black women are the prize, according to what the question is on the screen. I think Black women are the prize. I don't think there's anything that I can say or complain about Black women. I think they do a lot, especially for the kids. Of course, I see a lot of single moms. I hate it. I hate to see single moms. That's one thing that's personal within myself. I've always hated to see even the outlook on women, like they have to be single moms, they have to be strong, they have to be the strongest person. I think that it takes a community and a select people, like especially a man and a woman, to take care of a kid together. That's just my viewpoint on it, but yeah.
Okay. You did sound a bit muffled just now, just to let you know. Yeah, Carol was muted because Carol made a statement that whenever conversations feel uncomfortable, it seems like y'all cut them out and y'all don't let them talk. No, it has nothing to do with that. He was centering himself during the conversation. He continued to let it be off topic. And then he's not even from here. He doesn't even live in our country. So I don't understand why we would keep him up here. If you cared about what he has to say, you want to hear him talk so much, you can go to his live or his profile and talk with him. Carol. Okay. Do Black men have any valid complaints about Black women? You want to hear a funny story? Yesterday, I shit you not. I meant to say this earlier, but we got way too sidetracked. Yesterday, I was on somebody's live, and there was this man, Black man. He was 34 years old. I remember specifically, he said he was 34. He made a comment, because this was a similar topic, but he made a comment, of course, brought it to Black women as Black women's fault. He said, and I quote, Black women and Black men don't get along because Black women think they're better than Black men because they make more money and they get to do more things. He said that the only reason why that Black women are able to accomplish things is because they get government assistance. His words were, most of us get government assistance. I said, okay, so what percentage could you give me of Black women that get government assistance? He could not answer that question, right? And there was multiple people on this panel. And I explained to him, I said, most Black women don't qualify for government assistance, if you knew, right? Most of us don't qualify. And the ones that do qualify, they don't receive enough help to make them reach success. That's not a thing, okay? So he continued with his mess, with his misinformation, right? And then you find out moments later, somebody else on the panel who was an openly and visibly lesbian woman, right? She was very open about it. She was very direct about it. The woman had a do-rag on, a white beater, some shorts, and she had pictures up with her arms strong as hell in the gym, okay? She was it can't be mistaken, right? She said after a while that she knows this man in person. They met in person. And she said, because he came with at first his defense was, not all Black men are the same. I'm not this kind of Black man that y'all talk about, so I don't know what kind of Black man y'all talking about, blah, 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 the defense mode thing. She said, that's funny you say that because I know you in person and I did not feel safe around you when I met you. I was like, expound, please. And you want to know what? This man approached this woman, this openly lesbian woman, and wanted to ask for her number. She let him know, I'm not into men. I only date women. He said, cool. We go to the same gym. We can just work out together and chill, whatever. She obliged. She said, cool. They exchanged information. In between this time frame, this man starts trying to pursue her. He's trying to bribe her with buying her food, driving her places, all kinds of stuff, right? When she reiterates every time he does something for her, like, hey, I hope you're just doing this because, you know, you're trying to be a friend. I'm not into men. I'm not into men. He says, cool. But then after she accepts whatever he gives her, and she reminds him, I am only into women, he crashes out. So he crashes out. She stops speaking to him. Well, they stop speaking due to that, but they run into each other at the gym again days later. And she says she didn't know at this time that this man stopped, that he deleted her number. She just thought that they just stopped speaking or whatever. He approaches her again at the gym. And he said, hey, I know it's been a while that we spoke, and I'm sorry that I deleted your number. She was like, I didn't even realize that you deleted my number. Why did you? And then he explained that he felt a way about her pretty much turning him down. Now, she said, I'm sorry that you feel that way, bro. But I was pretty clear. I'm into women only. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen with us. Nothing. He said, okay, cool, you right, cool. Let's just leave it at that. You know what? I respect you for telling me the truth. So they re-exchange numbers. Days later, he tries it again. And he tells her this time, you just gotta wait and see. Your feelings are gonna change about me. This nigga told this woman, we're meant for each other. We have so much in common. We gonna make this work. You'll see. You'll give me a try. And he had the nerve to say on that panel, he does not believe that that is predatory behavior. And not only did he stand on all 10 of his crusty toes when he said that, right? There was another man, another black man on the panel that said, what's predatory about that? He's a man and he likes women. There's nothing wrong with that because she's a woman and he's a man that likes women. But we just gonna completely disregard the fact that she said from jump, she only likes women and she don't fool with men. So I told y'all that story, right? I know it sounds wild, but the shit was real. It was true. It happened in real fucking time. This man really did believe that he was not in the wrong in any way, shape, or form. He had to cuss him all over again on this panel, right? When he's expressing that is these men will back each other up no matter what. What's normal to them is not normal. And they will back each other up. The fact that a whole other grown man, Princess B was in that live, I shit you not, I can't make this shit up. The fact that another whole grown man went toe-to-toe with us, claiming that what this man did was not predatory, it's scary the thin line for them of what is predatory and what is not, and what's acceptable and what's not. And I think it was Red Zone. He comes up here often, Shannon. He explained to these men, he said, if this was a man sexually harassing you after you already told him you don't swing that way, not only would you not be having no back and forth with him, you probably would have crashed out and physically responded violently. Because apparently men only understand violence. And she said she had to completely remove herself from this man because if she didn't, she would have reacted violently. Because apparently she realized that was the only way he was going to get it. So listening to that whole live really showed me how these men operate and how they think and how boundaries are only respected if it's within their parameters. Nothing less. That was sad. That was crazy. I wish you was there to see that shit. It was unbelievable.
Can we not put that on all men though? Because that's our majority of men.
Did I say all men tech? Did I say all men tech?
Nah, you said
majority. Oh, okay.
Why not the majority?
That's not, to me. That's not a majority of men think. Like,
did I say that tech?
Well, I don't even think she said. Okay, she said these men, right? She said these men.
Men will back each other up, and then that's the generalization of saying majority.
Yes. Men will.
It might not be in that way. It might not be on that specific topic.
Let's not put that on that stigmatism on. Majority of men.
But why not?
There were men on that panel. The man that was hosting the live was a man. He said, "Don't none of that shit sound right. It was creepy. You did wrong. Plain and simple." We was laughing at the man because he was like just not getting it, or he just didn't care, right? Nobody's saying that this is all men. However, when I say men do this, they do it in different ways. Okay, just like y'all teeter on what's qualifies as rape, what qualifies as harassment, what qualifies as crossing boundaries. Y'all all do it. Like we've seen it with Sassy. We've seen it with Halle Bailey. Everything seems to be a fine line with y'all until it's not. And it seems like y'all only understand it when there's a fear invoked in you. And that's why he used it as an example that if a gay man came the same way to a straight man, all bets would be off. There would be no, oh, well, he's into what he's into. There would be no respecting nothing. There would be no question about, well, why did you accept the food that he offered you? Why did you accept that ride if you knew he was attracted to you? Why are you still going to the same gym? Y'all would not question no man about that. The energy she was being given is not the same as the energy that a man would be given if the shoe was on the other foot, is my point. And you can't say that most men would not have handled that the wrong way as well.
Man, can I say something?
Hold on, wait, one second, Miss Christine. What are you trying to say, bro?
No, I'm telling her, I agree that the situation in itself was wrong. Like the way he approached her, the keep going after her, all that, that's harassment in itself. So I agree with you 100% on that. Like no man should ever harass a woman in that way or form. And then for her to give him another chance and then him do it again is kind of crazy. Like definitely wrong on so many levels on his part. So yeah, he's in the wrong in that whole situation.
But you were mad about her saying that men do this?
No. I never said I was mad about that. I said let's not
mad. Wrong word, but like you said,
majority of men. I get there's a select few that do it, and it's completely wrong for that select few. That's what I'm saying. Don't put that generalization. That's like.
Okay, so all right, cool. So majority just means 50%. I mean 51%. You don't believe 51% of black. I mean not black. 51% of men are doing these type of things.
I believe men are doing these things. I don't believe 51% of them are.
All right, that's cool. We're gonna stick it right there. No argument.
The fact that there was anti-sexual harassment laws created in workplaces proves that it's most men. So let's knock it off.
Right. Not to mention that we have governments around the world. We have governments around the world that are now actually making it law that you cannot marry children, and men are flipping the fuck out because governments are telling them, no, you can't marry children. Not to mention that there are multiple case studies, psychological studies, even anthropological studies that have studied the behavior of men. There's a recent study that had just come out where it had posed the question to men that if they were placed in a situation where they could abuse a child and get away with it, nobody would tell on them, would they do it? And a majority of them said yes. If they were put in situations where they could sexually abuse children and nobody would snitch and they would not face jail time, then they would do it. Over 90% of the main perpetrator of sexually violent crimes with children are men. Not to mention a majority of the perpetrators that are involved in the production and the collection of child sexual assault material are men. So when we're talking about, men co-sign off other men's bad behavior, they participate in in-group loyalty, by the bystander effect, they back up behavior or ignore behavior, knowing that it's wrong, knowing that it's dangerous. That's not women generalizing or saying, we're just pulling these feelings out of our ass. There are actual case studies that prove that men participate in this behavior across the board. It's not a select few. It is a majority of y'all.
Everybody mute up. Every single person. Underbelly. You made a video about me a while back. You called me a panderer. What's going on, brother? And you're young, so I'm not going to curse you out.
I'm not young.
How old are you?
32.
You ain't no damn 32 years old.
Yeah, I know I look young, but no, I'm not young.
You ain't no goddamn 32 years. Bet. So you're older than me. All right, so I'm still not going to cuss you out because you look young. Now, what's the problem? You said most harm. I think you're trolling, but most harm comes from women.
Yeah, if you're referring to children, then yes, most harm that comes to children are
Where
from
are you
women.
getting that data from?
Crime statistics.
Most
Okay,
abuse come from women.
Yeah, but if you're saying sexual abuse, then that's men. But in general, most harm.
Unalivement, actual physical abuse, those are actual things that are majority male. Again, 80% of women are the primary caretakers of children. The difference between male abusers that are convicted and female abusers that are convicted is literally 1.2%, which means men are overrepresented considering they have less access. Now, if we're going to get down to it, if we're going to get down to it, the majority crime that women are convicted of is neglect. And if you know anything about state-sanctioned CPS reports, neglect can mean just about anything. A mother who is 15 minutes late picking up her child can be charged and convicted of neglect. A woman who lives in a home where it's a one-bedroom apartment and her child shares the same living spaces, like bedroom space as her, can be considered neglect. So if we took neglect out of it, men continuously are overrepresented considering their lack of access to children as primary caretakers. If a child is going to be unalived, it's going to be done by a man. The only time we see unalivements, and they're usually accidental, is when the mother is a teenager under the age of 18. That is the only time we see an increase in those stats. When it comes to SA, molestation, when it comes to actual physical harm to children, men still make up the majority of convictions for child harm. So before you start quoting statistics, I'm gonna need y'all niggas to learn how to read.
Go ahead and get your rebuttal. You won't be interrupted.
Okay. So I just want to go ahead and stop the narrative that's trying to be built. Harm, like a child being murdered, is majority men, but harm is not limited to that.
Please use the word unalived. You guys need to be mindful of TikTok language up here.
Right. I forgot. Yeah. But it's not limited to that scope. Harm is everything. Also, when it comes to SA, women are like given free pass to do such things in court. People often ignore that behavior. Like it.
Don't interrupt. Okay, don't. Hold on. We gotta let this play out. We gotta let it play out.
Right. Yeah. So don't try to limit the scope to only the harm that you want to be represented. Like we all see how things go on every day, and how the system ignores the harm that the mother does to the child, right? And you tried to say, what was it? You tried to say that, about the picking up the child 15 minutes late. You can show, if you could find me a case then of that actually happened, being 15 minutes late to pick up a child, or because you and the child share a room. If you can show me that case, then I will concede.
I can actually give you several cases.
Well, okay, but okay. I know you asked for a case, but you said the system is ignoring women. Like when we say those things as black men,
child protection.
I'm sorry.
They ignore the harm that older women do to younger men or boys. When it comes to
where is the system? How is the system ignoring it? Because I know when it comes to men, first of all, the amount of women they get SA, they don't even come out to say that they were SA'd, and then when boys get SA'd, they don't come out to say they were SA'd. So if we're not limited, let's not limit it to SA then. But outside of that, how is the system ignoring the harm that women do? Because I don't understand when we say that as black men. I've never understood it.
Well, that point was a rebuttal to her specific
I know. So, but so
argument.
where are you getting that from? How is the so what I'm asking is how is the system ignoring what harm women do? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, there was a 12-year-old that had a child with a 25-year-old woman.
There was a 12-year-old that had a child with a 25-year-old. Okay.
Right. His parents told she got no jail time. She got pregnant. He had to pay child support.
What case is that? I'm sorry. What case? I would love to read that case.
Actually, I can pull it up.
Yeah, if you pull that up for me. I even if that's the case, right? Even if that's the case, let's say that this is true. Are we saying that this is majority of the situations that's happening?
When a child, I'm not sure what you mean. Are you
so
referring
when you use that as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm asking is, are you saying that this one case represents the majority as the system ignoring?
No, I'm saying that there are cases where the system has blatantly ignored the harm that a woman.
Okay, well, I mean, the system's not perfect because you're dealing with imperfect creatures. So, like, I could concede to that people slip under, like, but to actually, because I go by words, and words are important to me. When you say the system is ignoring women's harm, that to me means what I hear, I could be stupid. I'll be honest with you. What I hear is that majority of the times, the system is literally ignoring the woman's harm that is done to children. That's how I take that as. I'm not taking it as, oh, there's a few times where the system gets it wrong. I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing majority of the time. So I'm only addressing the majority. But if you want to use that case, bring up. Well, KG wants to rebuttal. Bring up that case. I would love to read that case.
Mary Kay Letourneau did 6 years in prison.
KJ, I'm sorry. What were you saying, brother?
Do you want me to change this scope, like introduce another, like?
We'll let that happen. But once you get that name, can you just tell me that name? I want to read that for my own personal thing. But KJ,
bring it up so we can see it, because you specifically said that woman didn't go to jail. I'm almost certain that that's not true.
Right, and especially since KG brought up Mary Kay Letourneau, it's not the system, in fact, that ignores when women are abusing children, especially within that manner. Because if we're going to stay on track using what KGR said about Mary Kay Letourneau, she had a wide base of fans, and the majority of her fan base were men. Men were sending her letter in prison, talking about how they wish that it was that when
and
they
she
were
went
young,
to
that they had
prison.
a teacher like her that would have slept with them, and she went to prison for that.
She did 6 years, and then she went back and did 3 years. Okay.
Men still heavily do this. Whenever you hear about a young boy being taken advantage of by his school teacher, and she happens to be an attractive woman, you will not believe men of all.
Oh, they say what was that woman when they were in school?
Exactly.
That's
like
what
they literally encourage this. Not only that, just speaking on our community of men, Black men heavily orchestrate the essay of their own sons. Why? To prevent them from being GAY. Most Black men that I have spoken to directly have admitted that they have been taken advantage of by women who are older than them, and the person who set it up was their uncle, their brother, their own fathers, their older cousins. These are men that wanted to set this up. So Boosie is a good example. He is not publicly villainized. Black men still ride for this man, and male-centered women still ride for this man. They act like this man has done absolutely nothing wrong. But because they would rather that, right? They would rather their son be overly sexualized and introduced to sex at a very young age. They would rather that than their son be GAY. How pitiful.
So there's a comment. There is a comment that says that proves his point that women getting away with SA, with more SA. But again, the majority. I'm only talking about the majority.
Brock Turner did 3 months in jail for a violent SA against a woman who was incapacitated. 3 months. Mary Kay Letourneau did a total of 9 years. So you tell me who gets away with what? When Brock Turner was caught, stopped by 2 men who saw him violently raping an incapacitated woman, he did 3 months. R. Kelly, who
Swedish
raped
men in
a
heck. The men that stopped
14-year-old
Brock weren't even American. They were Swedish.
Yeah, they were Swedish dudes, and they almost got charged. They got arrested for beating him up to stop him from raping this woman. And you're going to talk about that when we see Mary Kay Letourneau did 9 years. That other teacher who raped a 14-year-old student, she did 6. Not that that's enough, because I'm going to say straight up, bitch, you come at my kid, I'm stomping you into the ground, and I expect you to be buried under the jail. But y'all will make excuses for men like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Diddy. Y'all make excuses for those men who literally have harmed multiple children. And then try to say, well, that one white teacher, she didn't get punished the way some men do. But the majority of men don't ever see jail time. Do you know how many unprocessed rape kits are currently floating around in the United States? Do you know how many women have been arrested because they pressed charges against their rapist? It is so bad. Netflix did a documentary. Discovery Channel did a documentary.
What's the documentary?
Hulu. It's called Campus. It was called Campus something.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I think I've seen that one. Never mind.
Yeah, because these girls had been raped. They had evidence. There was video. And they still arrested the girls who pressed charges, saying that they made false claims because they were trying to ruin these boys' lives, even though there was video. So before you talk shit, my nigga, I'm gonna need y'all to stand up, because y'all were cool with R. Kelly marrying after raping a 14-year-old Aaliyah, and you're gonna talk shit now? Nigga, I need you to get your shit straight.
Right, and before Miss Christine and Underbelly goes,
Hold up, because I want to see. You got that case pulled up?
Yes, it was hard to find. Okay, so the woman name was not disclosed, but the child name was Nick Olivas.
Spell his last name.
Olivas.
And that's not usually how that works, because he was a minor. So usually they don't disclose the child's name without putting out.
Exactly. That don't even sound right.
Right.
That doesn't sound correct.
Yeah, right. Hold on.
Nick Olivas became a father at 14.
Right. And the
a
reason
fact he wouldn't learn for 8 years.
Right.
So
the reason her name was withheld was because this was the state of Arizona suing him for child support.
Hold on. So he didn't know he was a father for 8 years. So that means that he'd had relations with said woman when he was 14. He found out he'd become a father at the age of 22.
Mm-hmm.
And just
so
because
how old was the one? How old was the fucking one?
She was 20.
She was what now?
20 at the time. They
and they let her get. And you okay? All right.
Just because the state was suing him for child support, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't disclose her information. That doesn't really make sense either.
I mean,
because Mary Kay Letourneau was pregnant by Vili Falao. He was 12.
Okay.
She was what, 30?
So it says
and
statutory great victim forced to pay child support. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so the reason that they did that, and I'm guaranteeing, because Arizona has a statute of limitations on crimes, correct? Shannon, can you Google that really quickly? They have a statute of limitation, right?
Sure. So we can assume they do.
Yep.
So because they have a statute of limitation, which actually protects men, just so you understand, did you know that most girls who are married underage, meaning that they are children, child brides, the majority of the time they have been impregnated by a man who's over the age of 21? Were you aware of that? The under whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so you do understand. So those laws were actually there to protect men who prey on children. So before you get pissed off that women, they're not going after women. Y'all niggas been knocking up children for centuries. and getting away with it by marrying them. And then they put in the statute of limitations to keep you all from having to pay the piper for your crimes.
And the
That's
current
not
Republican
ever
Party
fault.
is actually trying to like reverse time in a sense and make that a thing again. Multiple Republicans have presented this in front of Congress, trying to make this a thing where instead of these men being punished for impregnating underage girls, that they make it law that they have to marry these girls so that they can, of course, get through that loophole and not be punished for it, which is sick as hell. And I'm sorry, Christine has been waiting for some time to speak. Let's give her an opportunity to speak, guys.
Okay, so you just
Let
so I let everybody
Christine
know.
speak really quick. That's what I just said. Christine?
Okay, hi. I'm gonna try to speak really quickly. I don't really try to divulge my like spirit into these conversations. I just want to state a couple things. Even when you have the stud situation right now, I do inherently feel like there's an attack on women. Again, even if they are a stud. I don't know if it's in feeling inferior or whatever the case may be, but I think that's a little weird. Now, when we talk about what you were just saying, I was on a panel and I did say that the SSA against women, it's been a high right now. And when I mentioned that, the guy said, I'm wrong, because he said that the men who deal with this, they don't speak up, right? And I kind of understand that, right? You guys don't speak up, but I also know that when men say women are teaching our sons to be sassy, emotional, XYZ, I can be a mother and teach my son how I want to teach him. If I bring him to my uncle's house or anybody's uncle's house, I promise my son's going to come back different. I promise if I tell my son to lead with love and compassion, if I send him to the men's, if I send him to the barbershop, unfortunately, it's going to be like, oh, why you crying over that B? Why you care about that? You know what I'm saying? They are taking away the love that even a man would have for their women. And how are we to blame for that? Maybe we do move on emotion a lot more, but as a guy, because you were hurt, your uncle, you're 50, 60 years old, you're already hurt for your whole life. Why project that on my son? If I send him to the barbershop and you're telling him, yo, F her. I understand you giving him advice, but don't do that correlation where, yo, son, I was, when I was in 19, don't do that. That's not fair. Because now you have the YNs out here right now, and I think that's a little crazy. And when I mentioned about the sexual assault,
Say SA. All right, say SA. I'm sorry. But if we're going to talk about SA, if we're going to say SA, if a boy is SA'd, it's most likely done by another male. And that is on stats.
So, what I was saying, SA, when I mentioned that, it was the same thing we were just talking about, that men don't really report it as much. Men kind of take that, and I'm not saying every guy, but if you go to therapy and you think about it, men after a certain number of years realize, wow, she really did me wrong. I was SA'd. The same way women feel years later after that shoot. We realize, damn, I was SA'd. It's the same thing. In the moment, we don't know what we're experiencing because we're really young. But I think even men have gone through this. But the fact that you say there's not records of this doesn't negate the fact that right now there is a quote unquote, I feel like, attack on women. You can't have a trend where you're trying to mess with studs. They're still women and they still claim that they're women. Why are you trying to fight them?
You know what I'm saying? It's I feel like it's just getting worse.
Are we talking? Wait.
I understand the point that she's bringing up when it comes to studs, because men have like through that lens, men have this very weird obsession with trying to turn out lesbians, especially women that are more masculine presenting, because they do not see their sexuality as valid, and they like the bragging rights of being able to say, oh, I took this lesbian and made her straight again. And it also leads to the fact that there is a social trend in which men will frequent lesbian bars to be within those spaces to try to flirt with and assault lesbian women, so they can yet again have those bragging rights of being like, hey, I turned this lesbian out, she's straight now because of me.
I thought we was talking about, I mean, like, I thought we was talking about the one woman, the stud, I guess, if that's not going to hurt nobody's feelings. They came out, and I thought we was talking about the actual woman who came out and said 100 studs versus 100 men. Well, I thought we were talking about I thought we were talking about the joke.
You had stepped away, and I was telling them about this live that I was doing
Shannon, I'm
yesterday.
sorry.
I thought that was a joke. I was like, wait, we get mad?
It's not a joke.
I had brought up the live that I was in yesterday, where I witnessed this man pretty much harassing this stud who openly said that she was a lesbian, and he was trying to like pretty much wait her out. Like he was being mad predatory.
Oh, yeah, I caught the end.
So I was telling about that story.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I thought we were talking about the woman
say-
with dreads that came out and said 100 studs versus fucking 100
No,
men.
Shannon, it's a whole trend right now. So, like, let's say at this point you don't want to. You have femmes, we're straight, but at the same time you're still in competition with studs, because at the same time women have been like, you know what? I probably don't want all that mess. Older women too as well. They're like, I can just deal with women. I can love women. We live in a good life. But I think that right now with the trend, it's men saying, yeah, you're still a stud, but let's do this competition where who can beat who can actually F up who. And you going after a stud and making it like a stud, like to the point where it's like they're just mad. Damn, I just want to say,
is this a trend? So you're saying there's a trend right now? I can search this trend on TikTok.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll search this
Yes.
trend.
And again, I don't want to say something where it sounds bad. I'm just saying, like, guys. This lady, she's a L word, LGBTQ. She likes women. I like women. Why do you feel like now you have to start a trend to go to a masked female? They're just minding their business. Now, it's been jokingly the studs are like, they're like trying to stand their ground. But at this point, females, women, if you don't like them, if you don't want to F them, if you don't want to give them your life, if you are a part of the LGBTQ community, it's just attack. It's because I never thought it would get that far to studs. I honestly never thought that.
Really? I didn't know.
I never thought that.
I didn't know that there was a fucking competition between a man and a stud. I thought that was. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, never thought that.
Because there's no competition.
I did also.
I think that's stupid.
I did also want to bring up something that what KG was talking about earlier when it came to Boosie, and I love bringing these two men up because the general public seems to forget about these interviews that were done. But to go to Underbelly's point, it's not the fact that women get away with essaying men and young boys more. It's the fact that men are actually okay with them getting away with it because they do not see and continue to hold the very patriarchal, sexist belief that men cannot be essayed by women. And the only time they want to bring that shit up is when they silence women when women are talking about the sexual violence that they face at the hands of men. Because the general public forgets that DeRay Davis did an interview with Vlad TV where he specifically talked about the fact that when he was left alone with his mother's two best friends, two women that she trusted when he was a child, that they forced him to give them fellatio and took turns sexually abusing him. And when he had that interview, it was mainly men, Black men, that called him everything but a child of God and told that man in his comments that he should have been grateful for the experience because they wish that their mother had female friends that would do that to them. Same thing with Terry Crews. When Terry Crews gave his interview about how a white male executive sexually assaulted him, they said, "Oh, how'd you let some ugly, frumpy white man sexually assault your big ass? How did you let that happen to you?" They don't give a fuck about.
Don't care.
Crazy about when men actually do face abuse, because they see it as acceptable when it happens from women, and they use it as a "I got you" moment or "you're not a man" moment when men come out and talk about the fact that they've been abused by other men. And especially considering the fact that I've been on In Your Lives before, but I'll repeat it before. I was a SAPR VA, which is a sexual assault corresponder when I was in the military for my unit, but not just for my unit, but for the base. And while a majority of the cases that we got within the military were female soldiers, female seamen, females in the Air Force, women across the different branches that reported being sexually assaulted by men in uniform and by male contractors, a lot of the anonymous calls that we would get, where we had a system underneath the program where, like, if you wanted to report that you were sexually assaulted but you didn't want to actually press charges, you wanted to do it anonymously, you could. A majority of those calls came from men that did not. It was men that were on that line that were saying, "Hey, I was sexually assaulted by another man in uniform or by a male contractor, but I don't want to come forward and press charges, and I don't want anybody to know that it was me."
They don't have the support.
When my brother was in the Navy, the first thing, like, my brother has severe PTSD. Like, I'm gonna say straight up, my brother was in Afghanistan and Iraq. Okay, he did some shit that you won't see on the news. That was what his unit did. Okay, when he got back on the boat because he kind of failed his psych exam. When he got back on the boat, the thing that triggered his PTSD even more was that he saw when he got back on base, I'll never forget, he called me because he was having a meltdown. I was in college. Whoa. He was on base, and he goes, "They graped," and he said they graped 6 women who had been in a unit that was adjacent to his. They had graped 3 men that had been in a unit adjacent to his. And he was like, "I'm sitting there fighting the dudes who are supposed to watch my effing back." And he, like, it effed his brain up.
Did you say they graped men, or was I mishearing shit?
Yeah, no, they graped men too. They graped the 3 dudes who tried to get them off of the 6 women. Right. And my brother, literally, because, we're country, we're old school, and he was raised by my parents who are also gangsters. He was like, "I might get court-martialed for what I did." They did not court-martial my brother. They, like, literally his admiral, like, literally sat there and said, "Thank you." Because what he ended up having to do was some shit that, again, ain't on the news. But they literally, him seeing that after what he'd gone through in Afghanistan and Iraq triggered his PTSD to the point he had to go to an effing psych unit because he was now his unit was cool because his unit was his boys. Like, when I say these dudes, if I were to call them and say, "Hey, my husband said something mean to me," these niggas would fly in from wherever they are across the United States and come and take care of my husband. I would never see him again. That's how close this unit was. But the fact that my brother had to go out of his normal character to protect other men and women who were adjacent to his unit, that effed his mind up because he's like, "I'm supposed to be able to count on you. And I can't."
So many.
Imagine that.
And even though Vanessa Gillian was like a huge thing when her story came out, and especially as somebody, like I said, I was also in the Navy, as somebody who was also active duty military, who is now a prior vet, I cannot tell you how many times that it's normally men as higher ups, male chiefs, male officers, that will rally around male soldiers and intimidate the women and the men that come forward about being sexually assaulted or raped. For instance, one of my best friends within the military, there was evidence, hardcore, solid, concrete evidence that one of our male soldiers, somebody that we knew and trusted, had raped her. He even had sent messages to her phone, and that was used and submitted as evidence that said, like, hey, if you don't tell anybody what I did to you, then, like, I'll be your boyfriend. I'll buy you, like, whatever you want. He was...
You said, what am I doing? What you mean what I'm doing? What you mean why I'm so quiet? I'm not doing nothing. They was talking. I just ended the shit. Like, because like I got a restriction. I'm on YouTube. I had to end it on I had to end it. Yeah, I had to end it. I had to end it YouTube because they had gave me a restriction. And I wasn't finna get, I just got my page yeeted for 7 days. And we don't want to have that happen again. So yeah. Every time it get too spicy. It get too spicy and then they give me a restriction. So this is what it is. But YouTube, thank y'all for rocking with me, man. Like I said, I got more videos coming out. We finna be back on it. We're gonna be back on it. I can't be as spicy as I used to be. You gotta try to chill it out. And then tomorrow, well, not tomorrow. Next time I go back live, I'm gonna send the invite. So y'all need to come up too. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to get y'all words in. And if anybody got some disagreements or something. But I'm probably dropping a video about the Trey Songz situation in a minute. So y'all be looking out for that.